run it, Brenda. We want to beat your police friend, Lieutenant Farrell, and that dumb stooge of his to the fire.
What's your rush, Chuck?
Well, we always make a little bet on who's going to get there first.
Do you ever pay off?
No, but we will someday.
You know, it's a funny thing, this fire starting in the same neighborhood where we got the tip we might find Joe Hiller.
Yeah, maybe the fire will smoke him up. Find that $1 million payroll he stole.
$250,000, Timothy.
Still a lot of money.
Hey, take it easy. The fire will wait.
Oh, it isn't that. I gotta beat that newspaper picture shooter there so I can win a bet.
Do you ever collect?
Oh, we keep a record. Someday there'll be a payoff.
Interest in fire.
All the line of duty, Brenda.
I thought you were detailed to find Joe Heller, the payroll bandit.
Who knows? Perhaps his money got hot and started this place.
Well, Chuck, we beat you by a hair.
Is that what I smell burning?
I was following him, now he's gone.
Search me, I was following you. Now we're both lost.
Chuck, look. That was Joe Heller.
Couldn't be. Why is it the whole zero speed is always the one to bust?
Because you don't pay your debt, that's why.
So you finally got smoked out, huh, Joe? Where's that payroll note?
I ain't got it, Kruger. I lost it in the getaway. Honest, I did.
Don't give me that. You made a clean getaway with a satchel after we pulled the job. Instead of coming to Frank's, you hid out here.
Well, I was going to bring it in, but I was scared.
Oh, you're scared, and you're still scared. Come on, talk fast. The fire's getting closer. Where's that dough?
It's in there.
Well, get it.
No. You got the dough, haven't you?
Keep your mouth shut.
Let me out of here! Let me out of here!
You beat it. I'll stick here.
I just found Joe Heller. Where?
In here. Well, show me.
There he is.
Heller, all right. Did you see anybody else around here?
Nope.
Well,
Brenda!
why, Miss Starr, fancy meeting you here. Come over here and sit down. Of course you didn't know Joe Heller was here. Well, you wouldn't think of holding out in the police department, would you?
I didn't know he was here, not till I saw him at the window.
Yeah. Where's Tim?
I don't know. Where'd you leave him?
Oh, Tim! Tim!
What is it, Joe? Oh,
Money.
yes, Joe.
Give me a hand here, Tim. Come on, you two, Brenda, get your hair singed.
You get more shots. I'll get the dope on the file from the chief. Meet me at the car.
Right off.
Did they find the $250,000 stolen in the payroll holdup?
No, Mr. Walters, there was no trace of it. Maybe it burned in the fire.
Write your story.
Chuck got a swell picture of Joe Heller.
Oh, he did?
Brenda. Oh, hello, boss. I got some good pictures of the fire.
Where's the one of Joe?
Now here's one of two firemen walking off the top of a ladder. Here they're carrying a man out of the building over...
Where's the one of Joe Heller?
Well, I haven't found it yet.
I don't believe you ever took one.
Oh, yes, he did, Mr. Walters. Maybe someone doesn't want us to have it.
You stick to facts and write them.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, Brenda.
But I saw you take it, Chuck.
Oh, Pesky. Run down to the corner and get me some cigarettes, will you?
Sure.
Anything but alfalfas.
Anything but alfalfa. Anything but alfalfa.
That's the brand you smoke.
Aren't you forgetting that Pesky gets everything backwards? That's the kind he'll bring back. I still think the last part of that means 11:41 a.m.
If it does, we're stuck.
Then you ought to give it over to the police.
I will. When I've had a try at it. I still think Larry Farrell had a tip that Joe Heller was there today. He just held out on me again.
What do you suppose became of all that money? $250,000.
Oh, I'll be right with you, Mr. Mullen. Here you are, Mrs. Higgins. I think this will more than take care of it.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. I've heard of your wonderful generosity, and this exceeds my fondest hopes.
Well, it's for a good cause. I like to help people because people help me by coming to my establishment. I make a good living, and I'm always glad to share it with others less fortunate.
Well, thank you, Mr. Smith, and I shall spread the word of your wonderful generosity.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Is that the payroll money?
It's what Kruger gave me.
Come on.
Must have been quite a fire, according to the police radio.
It sure was. Joe was hiding out in a bomb-proof shelter, but the fire started, lucky for us, and smoked him out.
Muller, did you open this?
It was locked. I couldn't. I wouldn't have anyway. Say, you don't think...
Skip it. If I didn't trust you, you wouldn't be working for me. Kruger.
What's wrong?
Honey, this is full of blank paper.
Blank paper.
So Joe cheated right up to the end, didn't he? It's a good thing I stuck around, though, because that newspaper Lansdowne took a flash at Joe as they's taking him out.
I don't see the harm in that.
I don't like the idea of dead people being photographed.
So you don't suppose he hid the money in the room?
Well, he could have, but it's too bad if he did, because that building was on fire when I left.
Say, that newspaper girl, Brenda Starr, was in there.
That's right. She almost saw me give it to Joe. I've got a feeling that girl's gonna bring us a lot of bad luck.
Here you go, Chuck.
Oh, thanks, Pesky. See? Just like I didn't order. Alfalfas.
Say, that's a good system. I'll remember that. Hello, Brenda Starr speaking. Oh, hello, Lieutenant Farrell. I was just thinking about you. Of course, it wasn't anything good. And why am I honored by this call? It's usually I who call you, or at least try to.
I've decided to give you a break. Joe Heller is unconscious, but he's still alive. We're hiding him out while the doctors work on him. They promised to bring him around sometime tonight, and then we'll learn who was behind that $250,000 payroll robbery. No, I can't let you see him. But I promise to give you first chance at the story when he talks.
You're an old meanie. But that's not news. Thanks anyway. I'll write a separate story on it. Goodbye.
She'll be plenty sore when she finds out Joe Heller died an hour ago.
Won't be the first time she's been sore at us.
Nor the last.
Now, you get busy and spread the news around that we've got Heller at the old McClellan place on Harbor Boulevard. When the news leaks through and the gang go there to get him, we'll grab them.
What's up? Read that, Kruger.
That's a lot of malarkey.
Why, Kruger?
I know where I hit Joe Heller, and I know what happens to guys that get hit there. All the croakers in the world couldn't save him.
But if that's the truth, then he'll spill everything he knows about us.
But it's not the truth, I tell you. He's dead.
How about that, Frank?
Well, we leave it up to the big boss. He'll tell us later what to do. As he always does, by radio.
You're just wasting time.
Maybe so. It isn't that I haven't any confidence in you, Kruger, but we've come this far by playing safe. That's the way the boss wants us to do. Now, you boys get busy and see if you can find a tip where they're hiding Joe. Just in case.
I thought you said we'd only wait an hour.
All right, if Lieutenant Farrell isn't coming out, I'm going in after him. Where is he? Oh, cut the clowning. I've been waiting outside for an hour, and I know he hasn't gone out.
Where were you watching?
Out front, naturally.
Oh, and you were going to follow him and find out where we're hiding Joe Heller. The lieutenant wouldn't like that.
Where is he?
There are other exits besides the one you were watching.
Someday I'm going to...
I warn you, what you're thinking may be against the law.
I can think, can't I?
Sneaked out on us, huh?
That's right. It's up to us now, Chuck. Tonight we'll have to find Joe Heller's hideout for ourselves.
Let's go.
Hold it, you two.
Oh, it's you.
What's the idea, Charlie? Aren't we your friends?
I didn't recognize you.
You ought to. We helped you out of a couple of jams, remember?
I don't forget.
We were looking for you.
Why?
We want you to help us.
How?
We want to know where the cops are hiding Joe Heller.
I'd like to know that myself.
Could you find out?
Maybe.
Will you phone me at the office when you do?
Maybe.
Thanks, Charlie.
Pelican Club, Frank Smith speaking. Yes, Charlie.
That newspaper girl, Brenda Starr, wants me to tell her where Joe Heller is. What about it?
How can you tell her if you don't know yourself?
But I do know. Got tipped off 10 minutes ago. Was on my way to the phone when I ran into her.
Oh, that's different. I'll have Schultz meet you in the usual place. Give him all the dope. Oh, and Charlie, if you see any of the boys, tell them to come on in. The big boss is talking at 10 o'clock.
Okay.
Figure it. The big boss doesn't want us to know who he is, so he talks to us by radio. Frank knows who he is. He sends his reports in to him. Hey, Frank?
No, there's another angle. If you don't know who he is, none of you will get the idea of knocking me off, taking over.
That's not so dumb at that.
Pipe down, here's the boss. Okay, boss, Frank speaking.
Good evening. I trust you're all well tonight. If so, to business. First, we must find the payroll money. We need that $250,000 in our business. Next, I've enough confidence in Kruger to believe him when he says Joe Heller is dead. The tip-off as to where they're hiding him looks too planted, too much like a trap. I suggest to you, Frank, that you pass the tip on to the newspaper girl, Brenda Starr. She is smart and might easily be dangerous to us. Use your own judgment as to how to handle her. You boys are all doing a good job. You'll all be taken care of. Good night.
He knows what time it is, all right.
Sure he does. And he's right about that Star girl, too. She's dynamite. She's in with the cops. And there are too many honest policemen in this town to suit me.
Schultz, go out and pick up Charlie again. Tell him to phone Brenda Starr in an hour and have him tip her off where they're holding Joe. You two pick up Jake and go out to the McClellan place. Now, here's what I got in mind. First,
Hello? Yes, this is Brenda Starr speaking. The old McClellan house on Harbor Boulevard? Thanks, Charlie. I won't forget this. Chuck? That was Charlie on the phone. We're going to interview Joe Heller. Get your camera.
I'll be right with you. What are we waiting for? What are you stopping here for? It's still a long ways to the house.
I know it is, but it's as close as I dare drive. Be quiet and follow me.
Let anybody go into the house who wants to. When I give the word, we'll close in and see what we've caught. Now take your posts. Report back here if necessary, but don't stop anyone.
come on, boys.
Everything all set?
Yeah.
Newspaper snoopers won't know what hit them.
We better get out of here.
Why?
The cops.
They're watching the house the same as we are.
Just the same, that Lieutenant Farrell is plenty smart.
Forget it, will you?
Murphy says 2 unidentified people have just sneaked up to the house.
We'll wait for 15 minutes, then close in.
Right.
There's nobody here but us news hounds.
What are you doing, imitating a bloodhound?
What's that funny stuff I smell?
I smell it, too. It's gas.
Yes?
Let's look in that other room.
It's sure dark in here.
You can say that again.
It's sure dark in here. Brenda! Brenda! Brenda, what happened? Brenda, where are you?
That explosion took care of them.
You boys stay here. Oh.
Take it easy, Lieutenant. You may not be quite dead enough.
Well, if it ain't Chuck Allen.
Chuck, listen to me. Is Brenda here?
You're all right. You're all right. No bones in your head broken.
Oh, hello, Timothy Hector Aloysius.
Chuck, answer me. Is Brenda here?
Brenda? Brenda? Well, she wasn't there with me. I don't know what happened to her.
What?
Ouch!
Brenda, are you all right?
Oh, the gallant Lieutenant Farrell, all ready to help the fair lady.
You seem to lead as charmed a life as that cameraman of yours.
Is Chuck all right?
Yeah, just shaken up a bit. Tim, you better take a look around in there.
Right?
Incidentally, if I hadn't fallen through that old doorway, I probably wouldn't be here to argue you're lying to me about Joe Heller.
For one of these days, you'll learn to keep your nose out of police affairs. And I'm getting pretty fed up with you and that soft-focused bulb puncher following me around. And another thing. You just sprung the best trap I ever had set to catch a bunch of crooks.
Well, if you hadn't lied to me about Joe Heller being dead, it never would have happened.
Oh, since when does the police department have to confide in the press?
Oh, well, if the police department feels that way about it, the press doesn't have to cooperate with them either.
Oh, Brenda. All right, so I lied to you. Joe Heller died in the ambulance right after we left you at the fire. But you still spoiled my chance to get his accomplices tonight.
Oh, yes, a great chance. With that house so full of gas it would light up a city, they were laying for you. They just happened to get us instead.
Oh, Lieutenant, would you like to have a picture taken at the scene of the crime that you didn't solve? Get out of here.
Oh, Lieutenant! Lieutenant Farrell! Look what I found.
Be careful, Tim. That might be a time bomb. Get rid of it.
Yeah, throw it away, Tim. Throw it away.
Throw it away.
Chuck, get rid of it.
I can't. It might explode.
Throw it away. Oh, this explains why that house was full of gas. It was a time bomb, all right. Not made to explode, but to cause an explosion.
Sure, did you see that burst of flame where that thing... Wait a minute. That thing couldn't have gone off twice, could it?
No, I guess it couldn't. I'm going to take some pictures of the debris around here, Brenda.
Just a minute. You didn't light a match, did you?
No. But, gosh, it was awful dark in there, so I wanted to see where you were, so I...
And you were scared out of your senses, what little you have left.
Come on, Tim. Show me where you found this thing.
Oh, gosh, I guess I'm just... I'm always bungling up things. Brenda! Lieutenant Farrell! Get going. What is it, Chuck? 3 men just drove away from here, but I think I got a good picture of one of them.
Oh, good.
Let's go.
You fool, you looked right into that camera.
But Kruger, I
Shut
don't...
up. I've got an idea, Kruger. Better be a good one. We can't afford to have pictures of Jake plastered all over the front page of a newspaper.
I'd say this is the best news story and picture of the year.
I'd say that too. Hey, Pop. I mean, Mr. Walters.
There, Chuck, my boy, your voucher. Take it down to the cashier and collect a bonus.
Gee, I finally got one.
I can't wait to see Lieutenant Farrell's face when he sees this morning's edition.
This is a great day for our paper. I'm proud of you both.
Oh, speak of that certain fellow, and there he is. Good morning, Lieutenant Farrell. I see you read a fine newspaper.
Yeah, I read it all right.
Oh, don't be sore, Farrell. This isn't the first time we've beaten you with a yarn like that.
Have you found Jake yet? We made it as easy as we could.
Oh, we found him all right. Oh, you sure made that easy.
Good. Now, in exchange for that little favor, Lieutenant, I'd like a beat on all the other newspapers. You know, the first and exclusive interview.
That's what I came to talk to you about.
Oh, great. Well, let's go. Where have you got him?
In the morgue.
You're kidding.
Whoever shot him wasn't kidding. Did it ever occur to you, brainstormers, that Jake's life wouldn't be worth a plug nickel 5 minutes after that picture of him hit the streets?
But, Larry,
Oh, I hate to keep repeating this, but if you'd stick to printing the news instead of trying to make it, we'd all be better off. And that goes for you, too.
Just a minute, Mr. Allen.
Well, I almost had one anyhow.
Yes, almost. A word of caution to you two. The next time a mysterious tip is phoned in, don't go dashing out into a trap.
Mr. Walters, what happens if we pass the tip up and miss a great news story?
Miss Starr, what I am trying to do in my quaint way is to prolong your period of usefulness to this newspaper. That is all.
Chuck, I have a hunch that this paper, Joe Heller, and those pictures all tie in together.
Yeah, but prove it. What is it? Can you identify the car or something?
Maybe. Just maybe we've got something here, Chuck. Blow up that marked section as large as you can, big as a desk if possible.
Won't get it, but here goes.
Good work, Chuck. It's plain as day, north, south, east, west oil products. They've got stations all over town.
Yeah, I'll say hundreds of them.
It won't be so tough. If we can find the station that greased this car on that date, we've got it.
Okay, where do we start?
Well, you look the stations up in the telephone book and check them as I call.
How do you do?
I'm Brenda Starr. I called you on the phone.
Oh, yes, Miss Starr. I have the tags right here. Now, I did several lube and grease jobs on that date, but this is the only one that corresponds with the mileage you gave me.
That's the one. Who owns the car?
And that belongs to Miss Vera Harvey. She's a singer at the Pelican Club about 3 blocks down.
I hear the echoing of every song the night was singing. I hear music in my heart.
I'm Vera Harvey. Did you wish to speak to me?
Yes, Miss Harvey. I'm Brenda Starr. This is Mr. Allen.
How do you do?
Glad to meet you.
Won't you sit down?
Thank you.
Miss Harvey, do you happen to own a black sedan, license number 9X2606?
I do, and I don't.
You mind explaining that?
Certainly not. My car was stolen. Have you any information about it?
Well, not exactly. We are trying to help recover your car, though, aren't we, Chuck?
Yeah, that's right.
It's kind of you to be so interested. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to change for my next number.
sit down, Vera. There's nothing to worry about.
That's what you think. Look, Frank, how did that Snoopy newspaper woman get the license number of my car?
I don't know, but it won't do her any good. I reported the car stolen as soon as Kruger brought it back. Everything's covered.
You had the picture of Jake covered, too. So you thought.
Now, look, Vera. They'll never find your car. Time for the big boss. Okay, boss, ready.
For the time being, I think it would be wise to keep the newspaper woman alive. She may be able to tell us something about the $250,000. Remember, she did talk to Joe Heller before he died. Brenda Starr is looking for Vera's car. Perhaps you can help her find it, Frank. That is all.
But you just said they'd never find my car.
They won't, I promise you that. Now go on back to work. Go on.
Okay.
Hello? Yes, this is Brenda Starr speaking. Why, of course I remember you. Vera Harvey, who sings at the Pelican Club? Thank you for calling me, Miss Harvey. I'll look into it right away.
What's up?
Grab your flicker box, Chuck. We got a break at last.
Oh, yeah?
That was Vera Harvey on the phone. She said she received a mysterious phone call from a man to go to 412 Water Street, and he'd tell her where she could find her car for $50.
Oh, that must be some kind of a publicity stunt for Vera.
Well, she did ask me to mention her name if anything came of the tip. It might lead us to this new racket. You know, stealing cars, then tipping off the owners where they can find them for cash considerations. Get your camera.
It's in the car.
All right. Are you the man who was waiting to see me about a car?
Are you Vera Harvey?
That's who you're expecting, isn't it?
Go through the yards, take the second door on the right, and you'll find what you're looking for.
Well, that does it. Pesky can't even remember his own name correctly. If Brenda would only tell me where she's going, these things wouldn't happen.
You can say that again. It might save us all a lot of trouble.
Oh, Miss Brenda ain't scared. She's told me plenty of times she knows it's dangerous, but she's got to get the news.
Now, look, Pesky, think hard. Try to remember. Brenda and Chuck left to investigate a tip-off they got about a stolen car being returned for a certain amount of cash, right?
Right. Miss Brenda said she thought it was a big story about crooks stealing automobiles and then tipping off the owners where she could find them. Boy, was she excited. You know what?
Yes, we know all that, but where did she go?
Well, now, wait a minute. Let me see. You know, I think it had something to do with a front street.
There's no such street. Now, Pesky, open up that thick skull of yours. Let's try again.
Let me see now. You know, I think the name of that street had something to do with being all wet.
All wet? Oh, it couldn't be Water Street, could it?
Yeah, that's it. Water Street, number 214. 214 Water Street.
Are you sure about that number?
Well, of course I am.
214 Water Street.
Yeah.
That would be 412 Water Street if I know you at all.
And when you find Brenda and Chuck, send them back here at once so I can fire them.
I'll help you.
Say, how about a bonus, Pop?
Are you all right?
Yes, I am.
Gee, that was a miracle you weren't killed.
If it hadn't been for that staircase, I would have been.
Position of Brenda's car tells me she's somewhere in this block. Better radio in for more cars. We'll throw a blockade around the neighborhood.
Bullets?
No, I guess that was the last one.
And this is the first time I ever had a woman do my shooting for me.
It's Larry and Tim.
And this is the first time I was ever glad to see that guy.
See if you can get around behind him.
Right.
Chuck. Pull the tarp off of him.
Boy, did I get him.
Oh, what a big help you are.
Oh, my head.
Oh, gee whiz, Timothy, I'm sorry. I didn't know it was you.
Oh, that's all right. So you're the dumbbell who slugged me.
Now, wait a minute, Tim. Don't lose your
temper. Fighting. I've got more important business to tend to.
Now, see?
Well?
Whatever you've got to say, you can keep it.
What's this all about? Come on.
All right. Vera Harvey called me. She said she got a mysterious phone call that her car was here.
Oh, so you're a newspaper reporter, and you fell for an old gag like that? Look, child, that one smells a mile away. Did it ever occur to you that actors and entertainers are always trying to pull some gag for free publicity?
This wasn't a publicity gag, Larry. Two mugs thought I was Vera Harvey and tried to kill me, didn't they?
Ah, you just happened to run into a bad neighborhood, that's all.
All right, if you believe your little publicity story, I'm going to run this thing down. One of two things has happened. Either I ran into a racket where they tip off owners of stolen cars, or Vera Harvey isn't just a bird in a gilded cage.
Well, what do you know? Brenda Starr, the great detective. Oh, I can see the headlines now. Reporter Nab's gang operating stolen car racket.
Very funny, Mr. Farrell. Well, the police commissioner won't find it so funny when he finds his lieutenants letting the press clean this thing up for him.
I'm going to let you in on a little secret. You should have called Papa before coming down here looking for stolen cars.
So you could drive me over with the sirens blasting, huh?
No, we found Vera Harvey's car about an hour ago. And now what have you got to say?
Accepting a phone call for Vera Harvey, who was murdered, Brenda is ordered by an unidentified man to bring the paper bearing the unsolved code numbers to the room once occupied by Joe Heller. As she and Chuck enter the dark tenement where Joe was killed...
Why didn't you come alone?
You didn't tell me to.
I thought you had better sense. Did you bring what we were talking about?
Why, yes.
Well, where is it?
It's right here. But first I want to see if you're the person I think you are.
Never mind that. Hand it over.
I can't see you.
I'm here in the closet. Take a step forward. Your bodyguard can stay where he is.
He's not my bodyguard.
Hey. I don't believe you're Vera. Who are you?
Who are you? Joe Heller!
are you?
I'm over here. Chuck, are you all right?
Yeah, but I was sure worried about you.
Oh, I'm okay, but I lost about 10 pounds.
Hey, Brenda, did you get a good look at that guy we met here?
Certainly, it was Joe Heller.
Joe Heller? Then he ain't dead.
Joe Heller, it was his ghost.
Don't say things like that. Hey, Brenda, did you ever go to one of those spirit meetings?
Yes, I went once. Nothing happened. Why?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe they got something.
They're all fakes, Chuck.
Well, we just saw Joe Heller's ghost, didn't we?
The film in your camera will prove or disprove your theory of spirit manifestations. Let's find out.
Hey, you know something? Maybe I'll get a medal from science, or at least a bonus from Pop, if I got a good picture of Joe Heller, ghost or no ghost.
Right.
Well, let's go in there.
Schultz, take over for me.
All right.
All right, boys, let's have it.
We didn't get a chance to look Vera's apartment over. Cops got there about the same time we did.
Were you seen by the police?
No, that is, they never got a good look at us.
Thanks, Sir Bertha. And if you hear from Brenda, call my office at once. What? Yes, I'm sure the dinner was excellent. Oh, now don't worry about that. We're glad you had enough. Goodbye. Bertha told me she ate all of the birthday dinner. But if we come by later, she'd be glad to scramble us some eggs.
Oh, I can get scrambled eggs in any beanery. I kind of had my tongue shopping for some of that home cooking. Actually, you accomplished nothing. You came back here with no definite answers. I wanted you to find out whether there was anything in Vera's apartment that would tip the police off to us. All right, see if you can get this. Go to a public phone and call Vera's apartment. If the police are still there, they'll answer. And let me know what happens.
You know, we haven't uncovered a thing here. And I'll bet my pension check that Chuck and Brenda were here sometime tonight.
Oh, I'm not taking any sure thing bets like that one.
You beat it out to another phone and have this call traced. I'll try to stall them. Hello? Hello?
Wait till Pop Walters gets a gander at this picture.
Not to mention Lieutenant Farrell.
Larry will be delighted. And I'm going to make a little bet with Tim, too, that Joe Heller ain't dead.
Chuck Allen, you're positively dishonest.
Well, he's hooked me on a couple of short bets. Come on, little negative, come up nice and sharp for Papa Chuck. We've been gypped.
There's nothing on it.
Can you imagine that? The biggest picture of the year, and I get a bum negative.
Oh, darling, maybe it wasn't a bum negative. Maybe you moved.
Yeah, I guess I did. But can you blame me with a guy in the dark you can't see pumping bullets in your direction?
Of course I can't. It's all right. I love you just the same. Come on.
Gosh.
Maybe we don't live right. Everything bad happens to us.
We'll never make Larry Farrell believe us now.
We couldn't convince him even if we had a picture.
Convince me of what?
Oh, good evening, Mr. Farrell. Do come in.
Don't you know it's impolite to sneak up behind people and scream in their ear?
Aren't you a little touchy tonight?
What were you going to prove to me?
We saw Joe Heller a little while ago.
Hey, this is serious. Young lady, you need a doctor.
You see what I mean?
Listen, we either saw Joe Heller or his ghost.
Boy, you've got it bad.
All right, all right. I knew you wouldn't believe us, but this is the biggest story yet. We not only saw Joe Heller, he shot at us.
Oh, something new has been added. Now ghosts carry guns.
Yeah?
Just a minute, my little ghost chaser. I want to talk to you. Not so fast, cuckoo.
Listen, Timothy, one more smart crack like that and I'll run you down the street so fast people will see the bottom of your feet so often they'll think you're laying down.
All right, all right. But before they assign you to a nice, cute little padded cell, let's get our accounts straight.
You mean you want to settle up our debts?
Right. However, you'll never make enough money to pay all you owe me.
Now, be sensible, Brenda. Come on now, tell me the truth.
Look, Larry, I'm a newspaper woman. I deal in realities because I haven't got time for anything else. Do you think I'd cook up a cock and bull story about Joe Heller being alive if I hadn't seen him?
I know. Brenda, I saw Joe Hiller's body placed in Potter's Field.
All right, he has a double.
Now, play fair. You owe me $10? Goes down on the list. Now comes the famous Evans kidnapping case.
I want to see that.
You remember that? We bet $25 on that one.
Okay, put it down.
25 bucks.
I'm beginning to think there might be something in what you say.
You lieutenants are getting smarter every minute. But whether you believe me or not, I'm going to write a story that'll crack this town wide open.
There's only one answer to this thing. Either Joe Heller has a double or...
Or a twin brother. Do you know such a person?
No, but it won't be hard to find out.
You bet it won't be hard to find out. When this hits the front page, something's going to happen that'll crack this case. What are you doing?
You're not going to write this story, Brenda.
Well, I'm not going to write this story.
No, you're not. Let's be sensible about the thing. If you were to print this story, the man we're looking for would only disappear further into the underworld. We won't put anything in the paper about it. But I'll spread the news around that you and Chuck saw such a person, and that you did get a picture of him. Then we'll say that the police department, well, they won't let you publish the story nor the picture, till I grab the guy. Get it?
Well, it has possibilities, but suppose the man doesn't fall for it.
Look, Brenda, I've been handling crooks for years. There's nothing they fear more than the thought that maybe the police department knows a little bit more than they let on to know.
I'll have to admit you've got something there.
Of course, it's the only way to smoke the guy out. Now, look, if he tries to leave town, we'll grab him. If he tries to come out in the open, presto, we got him like that.
Okay. Just one thing, no leaks to other papers.
That's a promise.
What do you mean, Tim? You added it up yourself.
This machine's no good. Look, I get a grand total of $6,032,486,708.02.
Yeah, that's what you get, all right. But, Tim, you added it up yourself.
But look, when I subtract what I owe you, I wind up by having to pay you $3.
Well, I can't help that. These machines can't be wrong, you know.
Maybe so. But from now on, I'm going to keep our records in my head. And I know they're right.
You're absolutely right, pal. Your head's better than one of those machines any day. For me.
Any more information on the ghost, Lieutenant?
Brenda and I have arrived at the conclusion.
I bet we come out on the short end of that deal.
No, we won't. Larry's got a good plan, and we're going to try it. I'll explain to you later. Here's the code Joe Heller gave me.
Brenda, you're not going to let him...
Believe it or not, Chuck, Miss Starr has turned over a new leaf.
From now on, she's working hand in hand with the police department.
Oh, this sounds like a fairy tale.
This is a strange thing.
I've tried every combination I could think of, and it still means nothing to me.
Well, it means nothing to me either. But you can bet your sweet life it meant something to Joe Heller, or whoever was trying to get it away from you. I'll put our code expert to work on it. Oh, remember now, Brenda, and you too, Chuck. From now on, we're playing our little game with new rules.
I agree. No holding out on each other.
Me too. Anything that Brenda says is all right.
Promise?
I promise.
Uh-oh. Put your hands out in front of you. Come on. Now, no finger crossing. Now, say it again like a nice little girl.
I promise.
Good. With that attitude, we're sure to get someplace. Come on, Timothy.
Chuck Allen, you're cheating.
Oh, I am not. You trust Larry, don't you? Well, I trust him, too. Now, that's fair, ain't it?
How far can you throw a piano?
Frank's waiting for you.
What's up?
I don't know.
Well, it's about time you got here.
We hurried over just as soon as we got your...
Never mind that. I'll get this, you two. I just had a tip that Brenda Starr and her photographer met a man they believe to be Joe Heller. And that isn't all. They claim to have taken a picture of Joe. But the cops won't let the newspapers publish it.
Are you trying to tell me I didn't get Joe Heller?
No. I got some more information while you two and the rest of the outfit were out taking the rescuer.
Cut out the mystery, Frank. What's it all about and what do you want us to do?
Let the boss tell us what to do. Hello, boss. This is Frank.
I have some important news. The man seen by Brenda Starr was Joe Heller's twin brother. His name is Lou. Lou knew about Vera Harvey and was trying to work with her. Unfortunately for Lou, Vera took a vacation before they had a chance to talk very much. Then, Lou tried to contact Brenda Starr. Possibly Lou thinks that what little information he has pieced together with what the Starr girl knows will lead them to the hidden loot. The police will locate Lou Heller through the pictures they have of him. We have one sure way of keeping the police from getting the Lou Heller before we do. Make a contact with Brenda Starr. Lead her to believe that she can meet Lou Heller. Frank will arrange the details.
Is that all?
That is all, except work fast and surely. I will not tolerate any mistakes.
I don't like to disagree with the big boss, Frank, but Brenda Starr won't fall for that. Why, she'll have the whole police department with her if we try to trap her again.
I agree to that.
You're forgetting one thing. Brenda Starr's desire to beat the police to a story all the time.
Give us the details.
Now, this time it's got to click.
Now, are you sure you know what we want, Pesky?
What do you think I am, a dope?
We'll reserve an opinion on that until you get back with the stuff.
Just a minute now. Vanilla ice cream with chocolate syrup and a hamburger with nothing on it but tomato ketchup. Got it?
Right.
Right. Well, leave us face it.
Well, so you finally decided to honor me with your presence.
Honest, Pop. I mean, Mr. Waters, we heard right over...
I'm not interested in that. Miss Starr, will you kindly enlighten me as to why you made a deal with the police department to kill a story without first consulting the editor of this newspaper?
I thought that was what you wanted.
I'll tell you what I want, Miss Starr.
Mr. Walters.
Now, please, may I get a word in before you tell me what to do? Try and understand, Miss Starr, and you also, Mr. Allen, that I am running this newspaper. Or am I?
Mr. Walters, you asked me to cooperate with the police department and especially with Lieutenant Farrell. I only do what I'm ordered.
That's right, Mr. Walters.
But we missed the biggest yarn of the year.
But I was only doing what I was told to do.
Well, that'll be all. Let me know the minute something breaks, if it does.
Oh, sure, Mr. Walters. You know us.
Yes, I know you. Both of you.
Here you go, Miss Brenda, just like yours.
Keep the change, Pesky. You're a smart boy.
Thanks. Say the old man scream much?
Oh, no more than usual.
I knew it.
So you're a pretty smart boy, huh, Pesky?
You bet. Something wrong?
Pesky, dear, would you like to share some of the refreshments you brought us?
Well, sure, but I got it for you and Chuck.
Oh, but we'd be delighted to share it with you.
You can have some of mine, too. A nice hamburger with chocolate syrup all over it.
And some delicious ice cream with tomato ketchup on it. Now, sit down. You eat it.
Hello? Yes, this is Brenda Starr speaking.
I appreciate you not taking that picture of me, Miss Starr. And I'd like to meet you again.
Yes? Yes? I'll do just as you say, but...
Come on, Gib, what is it?
That was the man we made the picture of. He wants me to meet him.
When? Where?
Daisy, get me Lieutenant Farrell at police headquarters. Hurry.
Wait a minute, Brenda. Are you really going to let Farrell in on this?
We promised, didn't we? Besides that, I think we'll both live longer. Hello, Larry? Larry, this is Brenda. I've just received another mysterious phone call. Yes, this time it's the man we made the picture of.
What was the address? Okay, got it. And the time was 9 o'clock tonight?
It's a garage. The number's familiar to me. I'm supposed to drive there and sit in my car alone for half an hour to be sure I'm not being watched and he isn't being watched. What? Oh, Larry, now look, I played ball with you.
Now, Brenda, do just as I tell you. I'll borrow your car and some of your clothes from one of our policewomen. Now, you stay in your apartment until you hear from me. Understand?
But, Larry, I'm not afraid. You'll have the place staked out, and I'll be covered every minute. Okay. But you call me the minute something happens at that address, will you?
Gee, Brenda, you sure we're not missing out on something?
I'm going to trust Larry this time, but if he doesn't keep his word, if we don't get the beat on all the other papers, so help me, I'll get even with him.
The suspense will kill me. Imagine sitting around here waiting for that phone call to come in. Brenda, I don't think I can stand it.
You're going to have to stand it, Chuck.
Oh, I'm sick.
Maybe this'll teach you a lesson.
That mixture will either cure him or kill him.
Yes?
I'm supposed to meet someone here.
Well, back your car over here then, please.
Okay.
Parked up at the other end.
Cops.
Hold it, Miss Starr.
Officers, catch those men. Tim, get the car ready. Right. Those thugs are close enough to recognize you weren't Brenda Starr?
No, they didn't.
Well, go phone the Daily Flash and give Brenda the story. I had a promise with that. Keep her out of this. If she's not there, ask for Chuck Allen.
Very well, Lieutenant.
Okay. Hurry up, Tim. Heading south. Notify all cars. Check. that train passes, those guys will be in the next county.
Anyhow, the boys will pick up those fellas at the garage.
Yeah, but they're probably just small fry. Won't know who they're working for, as usual.
Shall we turn back?
Yeah, let's do that. Hope that police woman called Brenda. You fellas keep after them. We're turning back.
Just a minute. It's for you, Mr. Allen. I mean Chuck.
Chuck Allen in person. No. No, Brenda's gone home some time ago. Oh, don't bother. I'll call her there. Thanks. Hey, Daisy, get Miss Starr for me at her home.
Just what is it you want?
That paper with the numbers and letters on it.
But I don't know where that is. I haven't got it, honestly.
Quit stalling or I'll... Don't answer it. Yeah, maybe you better. But be careful what you say.
Hello? Oh, hello, Chuck.
They caught some mugs over at that garage where you were supposed to go, and they want you to come over and identify them and get the story.
No, you mustn't come over here now. Be a good boy and obey orders like Pesky does.
Huh?
I said be a good boy and obey orders like Pesky does. Don't come over here now.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
What's this business about Pesky?
Oh, he's just a copy boy at my office. We have a hard time making him mind.
Obey orders like Pesky does.
What's that about me?
All right, look for that paper.
Have you figured out yet where your brother Joe hid the payroll money?
Maybe I have, and maybe I haven't. Quit stalling, Miss Starr, and look for that paper.
Obey orders like Pesky does. Don't.
Hey, you sure you feel all right? Maybe I better get a doctor or something, huh?
I got it. She wants me to come.
How do you figure that?
You ought to know. You're always getting everything backwards. Call police headquarters and tell Lieutenant Farrell to get over to Brenda's right away. I'm on my way there now.
Yeah. Give me the police department, quick.
Police headquarters.
Will you connect me with Lieutenant Farrell's office?
He's out. Anybody else?
No, yeah, will you tell Brenda Starr to get over to Lieutenant Farrell's office as quick as she can?
What's that?
You heard me. What do I have to do, call the chief to get service?
Who is this?
This is Pesky at the Daily Flash.
I get it.
Wise guy, huh?
This ain't it, and you know it. I'm warning you, Miss Starr. Stalling's dangerous for both of
I'm
us.
just trying to think. Maybe I did leave it at my office.
You wouldn't forget anything as important as this. Come on, keep looking.
I'm sure I left the paper you want at my office.
Maybe I'll take you there to get it.
That would take some doing, Mr. Lou Heller.
Why?
Get that gun, Brenda! Get out of my way, Chuck! Quick, Lou Heller just went out that window.
Tim, cover the outside. Right.
I never felt so helpless in all of my life.
Why, because you couldn't talk? This is Lieutenant Farrell. Have all available cars come to the vicinity of 121 Park Drive. Plan K. Look for a man of Lou Heller's description. That's right.
something to eat?
Eat? Oh, lead me to it.
Larry, Lou Heller wanted that paper I gave you. The one we think tells where the $250,000 payroll is hidden.
Oh, I haven't been able to decode it yet.
Neither have I.
After this, you better have a police escort.
Oh, no, that would cramp my style.
I can go for police escort, if he's good looking.
What's the matter with the cameraman?
Larry, can I use this story?
Why not? It's your own story. But I've got to catch Lou Heller.
Thanks.
Now, look. Spread the word that we want Lou Heller. If he knows anything about the money, we've got to have him.
I don't think he does. That's what he was trying to find out from the Star girl.
She don't know any more about it than we do. And if she did, she'd have it plastered all over the front page.
All right, boys, let's cut out the guessing and find Lou Heller. Now, get busy.
Calling Lieutenant Farrell, call your office at once. Car 42, go to South Park Drive. Man there answering description of Lou Heller, car 97. The gas station first, and Alamo, investigate man who looks like Lou Heller.
Hello? Yes, this is the Daily Flash.
A man who looked like Lou Heller just tried to sell me a vacuum cleaner.
Don't buy it, madam. It's probably black market.
Here's 14 more places that just saw Lou Heller.
Connors, don't send in any more tips. I'm going out to look for Heller myself.
What about these?
You're going to have them. I've got my own list, and it's even longer than that.
What's that?
Lou Heller selling can openers at 5th and Main.
Well, that's just dandy. If they work, buy one for me.
Just a minute. It's for you. Somebody who claims to be Lou Heller.
Could be. Frank Smith speaking.
This is Lou Heller. I need help.
That's old news, Lou. It's been in the papers all day.
Oh, cut the wisecracks, Frank. All the cops in the country are after me, and now you've put the finger on me.
You heard right, Lou.
You and I got to get together, Frank.
Yeah? What good would that do me?
I might know where the payroll dough is.
That's a laugh. If you did, you'd have had your claws on it the first night you hit town. Come again, Lou.
You better play ball, Frank.
Why?
Joe knew things. He told me a lot in that letter he wrote me.
Just what, for instance? About the big boss, Frank. You wouldn't want the boys to know the truth about him, would you?
What do you want, Lou?
I hide out until the heat's off. Then a getaway.
All right, let's get together. Where do you want to meet?
I'll call you back in an hour.
Schultz, contact all the boys. Tell them we don't need Lou Heller now. But they can leave him where they find him.
Brenda! They found a milkman in front of your apartment with a skull fracture. He's not expected to live.
Well, that's how Lou Heller got away.
Yeah, now he might have a murder rap to think about.
Come on, get in.
Oh, no. Timothy Aloysius is going to pick me up in a police car. He wants me to go hunting with him.
Okay, you cover it. I'm going to talk to the neighbors at Joe's old hangout. Might get an angle.
Okay. Maybe we'll meet you there later.
All right, Lou, that'll be fine. I'll meet you there. All right, boys. Lou Heller is yours.
thought that was your car outside, Miss Starr. You newspaper people sure get around, don't you? Now, if you don't mind, I'll just tie this over your eyes. You see, we can't afford to be recognized. And let me warn you, keep perfectly quiet.
What are you going to do with me?
Take you to your car.
And then?
Don't be too curious, Miss Starr. Now, if you just come this way. Seems to me, Tim, they'd play you guys a little hot music when there isn't any calls coming in.
Now, aren't you the cute one? Why don't you suggest it to the commissioner?
Maybe I will. It also might help to keep you fellas awake.
Oh, wise guy.
Hey, turn this jalopy around and head for Joe Heller's old hideout. I'm going to meet Brenda there.
What's she doing snooping around in that neighborhood? Don't she know it's dangerous?
Yeah, but you know Brenda, she isn't afraid. She can always take care of herself.
Yeah, most always.
Hey, I'll make you a little bet that by this time, Brenda has Joe Heller's written and signed confession.
Just make that $2. And this time, it's not on credit.
Check. Put her in the front seat. Follow in our car to Ridge Park.
Is this the same ride you took Vera Harvey on?
You should know, Miss Starr. Slide down low on the seat. Hey, that was Brenda's car, and she wasn't driving. Turn around, we'll follow it. Gee, that guy was in a hurry, wasn't he?
Yeah, too much of a hurry to suit me.
Trailing me. Turn off. I'll take care of him.
Keep your hands on the wheel and keep on driving, Mr. Kruger.
Step on it, Tim. We almost got him.
Someone's trying to make a getaway with Brenda's car, all right. Wrong again, wise guy.
Well, you've been following the wrong car. I know we passed it.
What's the idea of burning up the road, mister?
I'm sorry, officer. But you see, I have a very sick wife, and I'm trying to get to her. If I have to have a ticket...
Oh, I'm not a traffic officer. Sorry to disappoint you. But if I was, believe me...
Come on, Tim. Turn around and head back. We ain't got time to argue with any speeder.
All right, forget it this time, but take it easy, see?
Thanks, officer.
Look, Tim, I know I saw Brenda's car going by, but she wasn't driving. Now, will you get going?
All right, I'm hurrying. Your girlfriend Brenda's probably home in bed by now.
If this is a stick-up, you can have what you want.
I just want your gun. Keep your hands on the muzzle. Now, you keep on driving until I tell you to stop. And don't you touch that blindfold.
Now we've lost all sight of Brenda's car.
I tell you were seeing things.
And I tell you it was, Tim. It was Brenda's car that passed us. Now send a broadcast and have him pick up the car on site. Also notify Lieutenant Farrell. Okay, I'll do it myself.
Give me that. Give me that. I'll do it. Car 53 calling control. Car 53 calling control.
Come in, car 53.
Requesting general broadcast. Pick up black sedan belonging to Brenda Starr. License number. What was the license number?
I don't know. Tell them the name and give them the description. They can find the number themselves, stupid.
License number unknown, stupid. License number unknown. Car last seen.
Brenda Starr's car believed stolen. Sergeant Tim Brown, car number 53, requests contact with Lieutenant Farrell, car number 18. Car number 18, come in.
Lieutenant Farrell, car number 18, check. I got all the broadcasts. Have Tim and car number 53 meet me at the road intersection. Check.
Check car number 53. Proceed to Crossroads. Lieutenant Farrell on way there now.
Kruger and Muller have bungled again. That Starr girl is mixed up in our plans.
Where are we headed for, Heller?
You'll find out. Turn left at the next crossroad. This is it, Mr. Kruger. Don't you lift that blindfold, Miss Starr. Shut that motor off and get out. Help the girl out. All right, into that cabin. Strike a match and light that lamp. Now put the girl in that closet. Bolt the door. Now, Mr. Kruger, you get in that closet.
Now get up from there, and you get in that closet.
Now, wait a minute, Mr. Kruger. Let you and me make a deal, huh?
What kind of a deal?
I know where that 250,000 bucks is.
You're a bigger rat than your brother Joe. Get in there.
Honest, I ain't lying, Mr. Kruger, honest.
Even if you were telling the truth, I wouldn't make a deal with you. That newspaper girl knows more about where that money is than you do.
No, she don't either. If she did, she wouldn't keep trying to get in touch with me, would she?
All right. Where is the money?
Think I'm dumb enough to tell you? I'll make a deal with your boss, Frank.
Shut up. Don't mention any names. I'm the only one you can deal with now.
He put the finger on me, didn't he? I just want to make sure I'm going to live long enough to enjoy some of that dough before I talk.
Okay. I'll ask him if he wants to make a deal with you.
Good, I'll go along with you.
Oh, no, you don't. I got a nickel and I can dial a telephone. Now get in there.
Honest, Mr. Kruger, I ain't lying. Take me with you, will you?
Get in there. How far is Muller from where I am?
Oh, a couple of miles. He's at the roadhouse. They're waiting for your call. I'll have him come right over with a couple of men to help. Now get this, Kruger. I don't want either Lou or Brenda Starr to get away. This time.
Don't worry, Frank. I'll take care of it.
Brenda Starr's car, all right. I'll report it in that we have found it. Car 25 calling control. Car 25 calling control.
Come in, car 25.
We have located Brenda Starr's automobile parked in front of the Eureka service station on Highway 99. No one in it. Check.
Repeating broadcast number 9-1. Special attention, Lieutenant Farrell. Brenda Starr's automobile has been found in front of the Eureka service station on highway number 99. No one in the car. 2 officers standing by. Come in, Lieutenant Farrell.
Check, Lieutenant Farrell. I'm on my way to that service station right now. Broadcast an order for Sergeant Brown, car number 53, to meet me there. Also use code 6. Cordon thrown around that neighborhood. Acknowledge.
Control acknowledging. Check, Lieutenant Farrell. Request for rebroadcast granted at once. All units.
Check.
Car 53, Sergeant Brown speaking.
Tim Brown, meet car number 18 at Eureka service station on highway number 99. Brenda Starr's automobile abandoned there. Acknowledge.
Okay, check. I'm on my way.
Oh, forget about him and pour a little gas into this thing, will you? Brenda's in the worst spot of her life.
I hate to see anything happen to Brenda, but she ought to know better than to try to catch Lou Heller, or whoever it is, by herself.
Oh, Brenda's not afraid. Fine fix you guys would be in if we didn't help you out once in a while.
That's not what Lieutenant Farrell says.
Hey, speaking of Lieutenant Farrell, that reminds me of something.
What?
How about a little bet that he beat you to the gas station? Oh, say about $2.
That's a deal.
Hello, Steve.
Well, hello, Lieutenant.
Now, that's her car, all right. Did you find anything else?
Nothing else.
You're right, Miss Starr. I should have turned that money over to the police and cleared myself, but...
But what?
Look, Miss Starr. Let you and me make a deal, huh? I'm sorry I had to put you in that closet, but the whole thing was just a trick to get you up here so I could talk to you alone. But that Kruger had to double-cross me. You know, if I had turned the money over to the cops, I wouldn't have lived long enough to enjoy any of that reward money with that gang after me.
What gang?
I'll tell you all about it if you'll help me.
Keep talking.
With you and me working together, we can figure out where Joe hid that dough.
So you really don't know where the money is? You couldn't help me even if you were out of this mess.
With you and me working together, we can find that money. And I'll tell you all you want to know about that gang, too. You and I can outsmart that bunch easy. What do you say? Answer me, Miss Starr. Miss Starr. Miss Starr. What's the matter with you? Oh, come on and answer me. I'm trying to make a deal with you. Answer me, Miss Starr.
What are you yelling about?
Well, the girl. I was talking to her, and all of a sudden she don't answer no more.
So you're talking to her, huh? What about?
Oh, nothing. Just talking.
Just talking, huh? Well, you dirty double-crosser. You'd make a deal with anyone that'd listen to you. I'll see if there's a trick to this.
Kruger. I just saw Brenda Starr going down the trail.
You boys stay here. Lou Heller's in there. Take care of him when we get back. Lead the way and be fast about it.
See, what'd I tell you? There's Brenda's car.
Unfortunately, she isn't in it. Where did you see her last?
Well, I was...
As usual, Lieutenant, she was sticking her nose into police affairs. Miss Starr was supposed to meet this dope at Joe Heller's old hideout.
Oh, shut up, Timothy. Sure, I was supposed to meet her there, all right. But when I saw Brenda's car go by and she wasn't at the wheel, then I knew she must be in some kind of trouble.
No doubt.
Well, come on, let's do something. Let's find her.
You two men take a look down that road to the south. We'll cover the northern side.
Okay.
Let's go. Come on. Shots are coming from that direction. Come on.
Hey, lady! Get away from that tunnel! That tunnel's full of explosives ready to go! Don't touch that plunger, or you'll blow up that entire heel. Don't you come near me,
Let's get out of here, quick.
We got a beat it. The cops are at the cabin. What'd you do with Heller?
He wasn't in. He must have got away.
I'm a police officer. What happened here?
Two men blow up the mine. I tried to stop them, but I couldn't. And there's a woman trapped inside.
What?
Brenda.
You can't go that way, young fella. It's blocked. But there's another smaller tunnel around the side of the hill there.
Wait a minute, Chuck. I'll find Brenda. You two stay here and take care of this man. Take a look around, but be cautious.
Give me a hand, Chuck.
Is she hurt bad? I think she'll be all right in a minute. Give me some of that water.
How in the world did she ever get mixed up in an explosion?
I don't know. But she's a mighty lucky girl. While there was dynamite enough in that tunnel to blow up a whole village.
Take your hands off me. Let me go.
Take it easy, Brenda. Brenda, it's me, Larry.
Yeah, it's me too, Brenda.
Oh, Larry. Oh, Chuck.
You feel all right now?
Yes, I do. I was stunned.
Brenda, look, if you feel like talking, tell me what happened.
I saw Lou Heller. Lou and another man made me a prisoner. And then they...
Charlie.
Yeah, Lou. What are you doing around here?
Well, I was looking for you, Charlie. I want to talk to you.
Talking to you, Lou, is like flirting with the devil.
I can make it worth your while.
Start talking.
Not here. Might be seen. Everybody knows this hideout. Joe lived here.
So what? I've always had a room over the one Joe used, just to kind of keep my fingers on things.
Well, you sure it's safe? You ain't gonna trick me.
You said you'd make it worth my while to talk to you, didn't you?
Yeah?
Well, I'd be crazy to do anything, at least until after I found out what you've got to offer.
Yeah, that's right.
Besides, Lou, you've got everything to gain, nothing to lose.
And after I got the blindfold off, I could only see Lou Heller. The other man kept his back to me all the time.
We know what Lou Heller looks like. When we pick him up, he'll tell us who he was working with.
Yeah, if Lou stays alive that long.
Yes, you forget, Larry. Lou wasn't exactly among friends.
Lieutenant! Lieutenant Farrell! The explosion must have got one of them. Look what I found. Couldn't find any body, though. Maybe the explosion blew him to pieces.
Well, this is something to go on. There's bound to be an identification mark here somewhere.
You won't have to bother, Larry. I can tell you who that hat and coat belongs to. Lou Heller.
Are you sure, Brenda?
I'm positive, Chuck, and there goes our chances of talking to Lou.
Maybe not.
Oh, it's as plain as day. Either Lou got killed in the blast trying to trail me, or the gang killed him and planted his clothes in the mine to look as though he were done for accidentally.
I still say maybe not. How do we know Lou Heller didn't do that himself?
You got something there, Lieutenant?
Oh, quit being a yes man.
This time you're wrong, Mastermind. I told you Lou was a prisoner of those men.
Let's get back to the car. Oh, you'll be hearing from me again. Keep yourself in readiness to testify.
Yes, sir.
Come on.
Larry, I don't agree with you at all.
You don't have to, Brenda. And while I'm on the subject, let me remind you again that you'd be much better off if you stayed in the office and pecked on your typewriter.
Yeah, and so would we.
You want to bet Lou Heller isn't dead?
He does all my gambling.
You're on, Timothy.
And you got a bet.
All right, Lou. Let's have it.
I know you've done a lot of work for Frank, Charlie. But I got an idea to cash in on that $250,000 that Joe got in that holdup. Sound interesting?
I don't know. I'm always interested in making a little change. Sit down.
Thanks. Well, what I got in mind might make Frank just a little bit sore.
I work where I can make the most cash. Start talking.
Well, Frank's got the heat on me so hard, I ain't got a chance by myself.
Yeah, the cops and Frank both make it kind of hard for you to operate, don't they?
Yeah. There ain't much I can do about the cops, but...
Are you figuring on getting rid of Frank and his gang? It's a pretty big order, Lou. Frank ain't no penny ante boy, you know.
The plan I got ain't no penny any idea either.
I'm listening.
You and me ain't big enough to take care of Frank by ourselves. So we get the cops to do it for us. I got a hunch I can put the finger on the guy that bumped off Vera Harvey. That'll interest the cops. But I gotta get into the Pelican Club to do it.
Yeah? Why?
Oh, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking I ought to call the cops and give them the guy's name, right?
I'd do it that way.
Ain't that easy.
Say, if you know who got Vera, you'd better start talking.
No, don't get excited, Charlie. Don't get excited. One of Frank's gang did for her, all right. But I don't know which one now. Listen to me, Charlie. One of Frank's gang took care of Vera, all right. And if I can get into the Pelican Club, I can prove which one did it. That washes out Frank. Leaving just you and me to get the information from Brenda Starr about the hiding place for that money. Come on, Charlie, I know what I'm talking about. This is your chance to put your hands on some real dough.
All right. But give me more detail.
Well?
We lost Heller.
And I suppose you gave that newspaper girl some flowers for a going-away gift, huh?
Well, we did the best we could do.
Never mind. Save your excuses for the big boss. I'll call you when it's time.
Mr. Mayor, I'm listening. Yes, I'll take care of it. Well, I said, sir, I'm sorry. By all means, I'll talk to them immediately. In fact, sooner than that. I can promise you, Mr. Mayor, that you'll never again have cause for any complaint about the reporters of this newspaper, nor the photographers. Thank you for your patience, sir.
Those are pretty good pictures, aren't they, Mr. Walters?
I think they're very nice pictures, Chuck, don't you? Well, if you don't want us for anything else, we go back to our work.
Yeah, we got a lot to do.
Come back here. Miss Starr, I don't want to be trite. And I wouldn't want you to think that I'm always harping on the same thing, Mr. Allen. But I suppose you two heard that telephone conversation and understand the importance of it?
Yes, Mr. Walters.
There's no mistaking about that, Mr. Walters.
Then keep your noses out of police affairs, understand? Brenda, write your story at once. It isn't bad. And these pictures are pretty good, too.
Right away, Chief.
They are pretty good pictures, aren't they, boss?
Oh, I got those rubber keys you wanted, Miss Brenda, and I put them on for you, too.
Thanks, Pesky.
That's one thing he couldn't get mixed.
I'll knock this story out right away. You get those pictures down to layout.
Sure enough, give him the word.
Yeah?
Well, everything's all set.
What's this?
That's the junk you gotta wear.
What?
Sure. It's a perfect setup for what you want, Lou. Nobody will ever recognize you in this. Oh, come on, try it on. Zelda'll be up any minute now. Tell you all her gags.
Hey, how about this Zelda? Can she be trusted?
I told you before, yes. She's got to do what I say. I helped her out of several tight spots over that phony setup she's running.
Okay. Don't forget to telephone those invitations for me.
Ah, there's plenty of time for that before tonight. Here's a hat and the shoes.
Yes? Yes, thanks. I'll be there. I didn't recognize that stool pigeon's voice.
What was it?
We've been cordially invited to the Pelican Club tonight as guests of the management.
Are you kidding?
No. Besides some good food and entertainment, I was told we'd learn something interesting.
Yes, I'll be there. Who is this? Hello? Hello? Hello?
Brenda, I can tell by the expression on your face there's something cooking.
How'd you guess?
Now, don't tell me you're going to run off and leave this nice lunch.
No, of course not. Chuck, you got a nice clean white shirt just back from the laundry?
Sure, what?
You're going to need it.
I knew it. I knew it. We're going to a funeral.
Hey, Brenda, I always thought a clean white shirt was something you got buried in.
We're going to the Pelican Club tonight.
Say that again.
We got a great story. That telephone call was a tip.
Yeah? Who, what? Now, wait a minute.
Oh, you can stay here if you don't want to go.
Well, who said I didn't want to go? Sure I do. I just hope there's a nice dinner thrown into the deal, that's all.
They don't specialize in dinner at places like that.
What do they specialize in?
You're much too young to be asking such questions. Chuck, it's impolite to point, my boy, but if you look over there...
What are they doing here?
ladies and gentlemen, I would like to present to you that amazing act, Madame Zelda and her assistant, Abdul. Madame Zelda will read anybody's mind. Just ask her assistant. But remember, she can read your mind, so be careful.
Hey, Zelda, I'm nervous about this. Madam Zelda, I get my first impression at this table. I feel that this gentleman is hiding something.
Ah, yes, Abdul. I get the same impression. Look in the gentleman's right-hand coat pocket, and you will find a camera.
You don't mind, do you? Ah, right! The gentleman must be one of those annoying camera fiends.
Give me that.
Thank you. Salam alaikum.
Annoying camera fiend. That Zelda knows her stuff.
Hello, boys. Having a good time?
Yes, very nice show you have here, Frank. Thank you for inviting us.
Inviting you? Oh, yes, of course. Sure. Oh, will you pardon me? I'll be right back.
Surely.
Keep your eyes and ears open, Kruger. That cop just thanked me for inviting him here.
Inviting him?
Tell me, Madam Zelda, what is this gentleman thinking about? Concentrate, madame. That dish. What is the gentleman thinking about?
That gentleman is thinking he hopes his wife doesn't see him.
Thank you. Madam Zelda, I get a very strong impression here. It is not a good one.
You are right, Abdul. The impression is an evil one. I feel fear everywhere.
Tell me, madame, what do you feel?
Someone near you is thinking of murder.
Murder? Can you tell me, madame, if this man is thinking of a murder that has been committed? Concentrate, madame. Is he thinking of a past murder or...
He is thinking of a past murder.
Can you tell us anything more about this man? Can you tell us his thoughts?
If there is a police officer in the house, I would like to have him make himself known.
I'm Lieutenant Farrell of the police department. Now, everybody keep your seats and stay right where you are. Go ahead, Madam Zelda.
Look in the pocket of the man standing beside you. Oh, Abdul, you will find the gun that fired the bullet that killed Vera Harvey.
Quiet, everybody! Stand right where you are. Where's your light switch, Frank?
Over here.
It disappeared. Where'd that door lead to?
Only to my office.
Let's have a look. Check out here, Tim.
Right.
All right. Just sit down and relax. Everything is going to be all right.
Oh, Lieutenant Farrell, this is my assistant, Schultz.
Glad to know you, Lieutenant.
How are you, Schultz?
Is that door the only entrance or exit to this office?
That's right.
Mustn't peek. Oh, please, Tim. Now, you stay right out here like a good little girl. You'll read all about it in the morning paper.
What did you find, Tim?
Not a thing. No sign of the three people involved. They made a clean getaway.
What did you find, Zelda?
Well, we got it through the Acme agency. We've played it before, but nothing like this has ever happened.
Oh, I see. Thanks.
Brenda. Oh, boy, did I get some good shots.
Good, go back and get some more.
Okay.
Tough luck it had to happen here, Frank, but looks as if you were in the clear.
Well, thanks, Lieutenant. We can't check anybody that comes here.
And what are you doing here?
Just waiting for the morning edition.
Oh. Let's wait together.
I was promised a reward for turning up a killer. Instead of that, I'm in a spot between the cops and a murderer.
Oh, take it easy, Zelda. Things broke wrong for us.
I'll say they did. You two are in the clear. But I was using my right name. Now I can't even go back to the place where I used to tell fortunes and pick up eating money.
Oh, don't worry, kid. We'll take care of you.
Well, you'd better. The cops would be plenty interested in what I got to say.
You wouldn't get to first base with the cops with your record, Zelda, and you know it.
I have something very important to tell you.
Can it wait?
Well, if you feel that way about it, it certainly can. You can read it in the flash.
Well, look, Brenda, you have a story to do, and I have an investigation to make. Let's do our own jobs.
All right, Fraulein. I'll be home after a while. In the meantime, you don't know where I am. Well, the cops have been to my place.
Who's this Fraulein?
Oh, my old housekeeper. I'm sorry I blew up, boys. I'll stick with you. I needed the money, but it's not the first time I've drawn a blank.
Hey, it ain't safe for you to go home.
Why not? The cops have searched the place. And even if they've got it staked out, I can still get in the back way. Charlie will tell you about that.
Yeah. That's the way the spirits go in to entertain the sucker.
Well, once I'm in, they'll never recognize me. Not even if they take a second look. Good night, boy.
Right, Zelda.
Brenda! Brenda! I've got it. I've got it. Take a good look at that. See, there's a killer pointing his gun at somebody.
The killer is none other but your friend Timothy Hector Aloysius Brown, Chuck.
What? Oh.
And the somebody he's pointing it at is a statue.
Come into my office, Miss Starr, and you also, Mr. Allen. Miss Starr, I had another call from the police commissioner regarding your activities. He requests, and not unreasonably, that you wait for news to happen rather than try and make it happen.
We had nothing to do with this thing tonight. We got a
He was
tip.
not referring to tonight. He mentioned rather another occasion in which you were involved in a blast, among other things.
I was abducted by two men, Mr. Walters, and I...
Exactly. And the point is that you placed yourself in such a position as not only to make an abduction possible, but easy. Our relations with the police department have always been most cordial. It is my contention that a decent newspaper and an honest police department would make any city a better place in which to live. I wish to maintain that status. You may go now.
Daisy, get me the police department.
Get away, Pesky.
Lieutenant Farrell.
The lieutenant is engaged in a very important investigation.
I know. I want to talk to him about it.
He's not in.
Tim, I don't believe that. Chuck, I can't go on with the story until I check with Larry Farrell. I'll be right back.
Oh, Brenda, you might tell Timothy Aloysius that I got a swell shot of him shooting at a statue. Maybe he'll go a little easy on what I owe him.
I'm sure Mr. Walters would love that.
There must be a piece missing around someplace.
Well, there always is.
Oh, Pesky,
Oh, what's the difference, Chuck? Didn't you notice? Mr. Wallace hadn't even signed that bonus slip.
Oh.
So it's you again.
Lieutenant Farrell, I'm only here because I've been ordered to cooperate fully with the police department.
What welcome news. Of course, you have some very important information for us.
I certainly have.
May I ask what it is?
Chuck Allen's looking for you.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, he has a picture he'd like to sell you.
Wants to sell me?
Yes, it's a wonderful action shot. You're fighting it out with a statue at the Pelican Club.
Well, how much does he want for it?
I really have no idea, Mr. Timothy Hector Aloysius Brown.
Now, about that information, Brenda.
Well, will you tell me first whether you've located Madame Zelda?
You promised to do the talking.
All right, here it is. I'm sure the man who acted as her assistant tonight is Lou Heller.
How sure?
Well, I've heard his voice before, and his general appearance checks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that fits.
Fits what?
Well, I've been working on the angle that this is a further split up of the mob who did that payroll job, even though they didn't get the money. The murder of Joe Heller was the first phase, and now his brother Lou is trying to put the killer on the spot.
And he phoned us to come to the club tonight.
No doubt.
Now, will you tell me whether you found Madame Zelda?
All right. No, I didn't. But I found her home through the agency. She's living in a weird old place over on the west side. There's nobody there but an old housekeeper who's either out of her head or pretends to be. She said Zelda was on a tour and she didn't know where.
Are you watching the place?
Naturally.
Any objections if I look it over tomorrow?
No, not at all. Of course, you'll tell me if you find anything.
Oh, of course I will.
Thank you, Brenda.
Thank you, Larry.
Good night.
I never knew how terrible the food was in this joint until I had to eat it all the time.
Take it easy, Kruger. We all know what a tough time you're having.
You don't know the half of it. I can still feel the finger on me from last night. I've got to get out of here.
Better see what the big boss has to say about that. He's due to talk to us right now. Okay, boss, we're all here.
Right. Then get this. We're in a spot. Kruger especially, because Lou Heller is still alive, contrary to orders. Now we have another to worry about, this Madame Zelda. It's a cinch Lou is working with her. How they put the finger on Kruger, I don't know. That's something for you to find out, Frank. Has somebody talked too much? Or has somebody crossed us up? Get Lou Heller. It's either him or Kruger. They both can't be alive this time next week. Get busy.
What's he mean I won't be alive this time next week? What's he trying to do, get rid of me?
Certainly not. He means you've got to get Lou Heller before he gets you.
Well, how can I get him cooped up in here? I might as well be in the pen.
That's where you will be, Kruger, if you lose your head. Now, I'm going to get busy and use every connection we have, starting with Charlie.
Hello.
Hello, Charlie.
Yeah, this is Charlie.
Yeah, Frank Smith. I suppose you heard about the Zelda business last night. Well, there's a nice piece of change waiting for the man that can find her.
Okay, I'll start looking around.
Yeah, do that. All right, goodbye.
So long.
Who was that?
Oh, no, chum of mine. He's got himself into a jam. Wants to know just how hot he is. Thinks I've got connections.
Well, haven't you?
Maybe.
And we ought to be hearing from Zelda.
What about? She's laying low the same as we are.
Someone's at the door. Oh, let him wait. I'll answer it when I'm ready.
I don't like this, Zelda. I see trouble. Much trouble.
Oh, skip it. You're not giving a reading. This is the real thing.
That's why I'm sure there'll be trouble.
You just keep out of sight. Everybody knows that you're here. Now they'll think I'm you. Don't you think I'm smart?
Too smart. Too smart.
Hello. What do you want? Oh, we're from the Daily Flash. We'd like to get a story from Zelda about what happened.
Zelda ain't here. The police know it. Everybody knows it.
Yes, but perhaps you might be able to get in touch with her. You see, we feel that she's been innocently involved in something.
Yeah, that's right. I don't know what's happened, but it's not her fault. She's a good girl.
Oh, of course she is. I'm sure of that. May we come in?
Yeah, but I don't promise it'll do any good.
Thank you.
This way, dearie. You, wait here. What makes you think Zelda is innocent?
Well, in the first place, it would be very easy for an assistant to have used her, which might have happened last night.
Oh? What did happen?
Well, Zelda was doing her act with... Gee, this is a big tent.
What you say makes me feel you will help Zelda. I hope you will. I've been almost a mother to her for many years. She's a good girl.
Yes, but I've got to see her to hear her side of the story. Maybe then I can help her.
Wish I had nerve enough to run down to Mike's for a couple of hamburgers.
I'll get them for you.
I don't want them that bad.
What's the matter? Do you think I'll bring back the first cop I found?
No, take that, Charlie. You can't take a chance of being seen either.
It was that, and you know it. Now listen to me. I'm in this thing as deep as you are, Lou. And we'll see it through that way. All right, give me the dough. I'll get your hamburgers.
I want everything on them.
Okay.
Yeah? Yes, Charlie. Ah, great work. Yes, I'll send Schultz right down with the money. Charlie's just found Zelda's hideout. Schultz.
Yeah.
Meet him in the alley and give him this for his information.
How will I know it's right?
He wouldn't pass it on if it wasn't.
No, you don't! Brenda! I got a body.
Oh, be yourself. That's Oscar.
Oscar?
Yes, one of Zelda's assistants.
Are all Zelda's assistants dummies?
No, but her customers are. Come. Come. Perhaps I can get in touch with Zelda now.
Fine, how?
Oh, why, right here.
Oh, I thought you said you could only communicate with departed spirits.
Ha, nonsense. Doesn't common sense tell you 'tis easier to contact alive, alert minds? Zelda. Zelda, where are you? I see her. She is far away. But she will not listen to me. Zelda, speak to me. You must. You are in great trouble. But there is one here who will help you. Ah, I have her. She is looking at me. Zelda, Speak to me. You must. What shall I ask her?
Ask her who the man was she was working with last night. Who tricked her?
Zelda, who was that man last night? The one who lied to you, who got you into this. She is looking at me, but she will not answer.
You ain't Zelda. Where is she? Don't believe it. You keep your eye on her. I'll find Zelda.
We know you are innocent, but you must tell us. Ah, she is telling me. I can hardly hear her. There was a man, she says. A man the police are looking for. His brother was killed by that man Zelda pointed out last night. Ah, there was a girl killed also. I can just make out the name Vera. The same man killed her too. Ah, this man is still in town. He is hiding at...
Thanks for finding Zelda for us, Miss Starr. Hey!
Anything happened at the Zelda place yet?
Oh, nothing much. Brenda Starr and her photographer went in about an hour ago.
An hour? Then she got into something. Stand by. Come on, Tim.
If you don't want to get hurt, stay where you are.
Nice tackling, my friend. If you hadn't tripped me, I'd made a touchdown.
Tripped you? Well, you tripped me. Why, Tim. Come on, Brenda. Let's get out of this place. I'm getting sick of it.
It's all your fault I'm in this. You lied to me.
We can't leave Zelda in there. She's sore and she'll talk plenty.
The cops are already in there. We can't do anything now.
Yes, we can. You give me your gun and stand by in the car.
Attempted murder on top of all the other charges against you.
You didn't need to call the cops. I'd have played ball.
But I didn't call them.
Tell me, were you working with Lou Heller?
Yes, and it was a straight deal until he crossed me up.
It might go a little easier with you if you want to do a little talking.
I'll talk all right. I'm not going to be the goat.
Who was that man you put the finger on at the Pelican Club?
The man who killed Joe Heller and Vera Harvey. I was promised a reward if I'd turn him in.
Who is he?
A gunman called...
Keep going, driver, and step on it.
Follow that taxi, quick.
Right.
Where's the telephone?
I don't know. Look for it. Get some pictures, Chuck.
Of her?
Of course not, idiot. Zelda. Zelda, who was the man?
Find Lou Heller. He'll tell you where.
Where is Lou?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Yes, I would, Zelda, very much. Please tell me.
He's at Charlie's.
Where is Charlie's?
An ambulance is on the way.
Too late, Tim.
Which way did your passenger go?
Down along the side of that warehouse. And he pulled a gun on me.
Yeah, I know. Thanks, buddy. Put in a call for more cars.
Yes, sir.
Contact Lieutenant Farrell for you. Come in, car 72.
Well, what happened?
Muller took care of Zelda, but the cops killed him.
Are you sure you weren't trailed here?
Not a chance.
All right, give me the dope. There's no one else around here but an old woman who can't talk. Or won't.
Well, that must be the real housekeeper. Zelda impersonated her.
Did you catch him, Lieutenant?
Yeah, and so did one of his pals.
What do you mean?
I'll tell you later. Did you get anything out of Zelda before she...
Well, I didn't, but Brenda did.
Oh?
Well, she did talk about Lou Helen. She said he was at a place called Charlie's.
Charlie's?
Yes, it stirs my memory. For the life of me, I can't place it. I'll let you know as soon as I do.
Brenda?
Yeah.
I hope so.
Oh, but I really will. Can I use it for a story?
Yeah, and play up the underground vengeance angle. This bunch keeps splitting up. They'll save us a lot of trouble.
Thanks. Chuck, I got it.
Got what, the jeebies?
I remember who Charlie is.
Who?
Police department, quickly. Do you remember the man who told us where the police were hiding Joe Heller? Hello? Give me Lieutenant Farrell, please. Brenda Starr speaking.
The lieutenant is engaged in a very important investigation.
Oh, well, have him phone me the minute he comes in. Tell him it's about Charlie. He'll understand. I'll finish the story and we'll go find Charlie ourselves.
How do you suppose they found Zelda?
Knew where she lived, didn't they?
Yeah, but she said they'd never recognize her.
It's that newspaper girl. She's plenty smart.
Yeah. Hey, here's what I don't like. Listen to this. Madame Zelda, before her death, made mention only of a mysterious Charlie, for whom the police are now looking. They're liable to find you.
They know where I am if they want me.
Where you going?
Out. You want to come?
No.
Okay, then.
Hello. Oh, yes, Charlie.
I've got a line on somebody you're interested in.
Okay, come on over to the club and I'll see you in the office.
I'll do that.
What's on your mind, Charlie?
Well, I can lead you to Lou Heller.
I thought so, from what the paper said. Been holding out on me, huh?
Nope, just waiting for the best deal. Now, what's it worth? Half down?
Yeah, but I want it understood I get it back if the deal falls through.
That's agreeable with me.
I'll send a couple of the boys over to meet you in an hour.
I'll be waiting.
Now, you better use a special sedan, Kruger. That way, when the cops find Lou Heller's body along the road, they won't know how he got his.
Come on, Schultz.
Charlie always has a habit of seeing the other fellow first.
Don't blame me, do you?
Where's Heller?
My place.
Where's that? Up the alley behind a rubbish can?
That's my office. I'll show you where I live. Hey, Lou! Lou!
What is this, a joke?
If it is, it's on me. He was here when I left.
And we were here after he left.
Well, Frank said something about a refund.
Yeah.
You hate money, don't you?
No. Do you? Well, let's look around. You can't go far.
Who's that?
That's a newspaper pair. They'll be looking for me.
Well, let them find you. Don't worry, Charlie. We won't let them hurt you.
It's the alley where we saw Charlie. There he is. Charlie, we were looking for you.
You found him? Now what? Brenda, he's the man from the club. Keep quiet, sister, and you won't get hurt. Come on. Turn on that dark street and beat it to the highway as quick as you can.
Never mind, I'll get it. Hello, Lieutenant Farrell speaking. Yes? Yes, what's that?
I said Brenda was carried away in a big black sedan. I got the first two numbers of the license plate.
Right, I got it. Put on the alarm for that car. Chuck said he only got the first two numbers of the license, but it was a black sedan. Hello, Chuck. Now listen to me. Stay right where you are, and I'll be there in a jiffy. Do you need an ambulance?
What do I need an ambulance for? I'm all right. Just hurry up and get down here, that's all.
Stand by that radio, Tim.
Thought you didn't need an ambulance.
I don't, now. Any trace of Brenda yet?
No, but I got a broadcast out for the car and the whole city's covered by now. Now tell me as quickly as you can what happened here.
Well, we got a tip to come here, but somehow we were double-crossed. Then I saw a limousine leave with Brenda in it. And then somebody...
Oh, I better get you fixed up. That's a pretty nasty cut.
Gas.
Can't be. I filled it up before we left. Look at that needle.
Turn off on that dirt road.
What do you think's the trouble?
Everything seems to be all right here. Maybe we got some dirt in the gas line.
Quit talking about it and see if you can fix it.
This must be it. The first two numbers of the license plates, check. I'll report. This is car 308, calling control.
car 308, calling control.
Come in, 308.
We found the black limousine abandoned in Union Park on the Lower Shore Road. The car was apparently stalled and with...
Anything over the radio yet?
Nope.
Hey, did you find any trace of Charlie?
No, that stool pigeon seems to have had only one address, this alley. I haven't got a line on him yet.
Calling car number 18. Calling car number 18.
Car 18, checking.
Special broadcast to Lieutenant Farrell. Black limousine believed to be car Brenda Starr last seen in. Has been located in Union Park on Lower Shore Road. Car abandoned. Officers standing by. Come in, car number 18.
Check, Lieutenant Farrell. I'm on my way there. Have officers stand by till I arrive. Check. Did you get that, Tim? Union Park, Lower Shore Road. You drive Brenda's car.
Okay.
Come on, Chuck. Brenda, you all right? What happened this time, Brenda?
Why, I'm all right, yeah. I guess the gas fumes from that exhaust pipe got me after all. Oh, there are two policemen over there looking for the men that were driving that car.
Gas fumes? Say,
No questions this time. Tim, take a look around.
Right.
Did you boys see anything of the men that were driving that car?
Yes, sir, but they made a getaway.
didn't you get a look at them?
No, they were too far away.
Chuck, you take Brenda home. I'll stop by later and get the details.
Oh, I'm all right. I don't want to miss out on this yarn.
Oh, sure,
Yeah.
you're in swell shape. Come on, I'll take you home and you can do all your telephoning from there.
Come on.
Larry, I will go home if you'll promise to phone me the minute something breaks.
That's a deal. But promise to stay there. Go on now. Tim, put in a call for a tow car. You boys be careful how you handle that limousine. I want some fingerprints. I hope.
No fingerprints on the black limousine we could do anything with, Lieutenant Farrell. Car seems to have been assembled from several different makes. License plates were stolen. Any further orders?
What have the code experts got on that 321L1141 AM?
I'm sorry, sir. They have nothing to offer except maybe the last two letters refer to time.
AM. Yes, that could be. Okay, thanks very much.
Death is regrettable, but we must not stop. If we are to continue, Frank, something must be done at once to avoid the finger of suspicion being pointed at this club. The police are sure to think, sooner or later, that where there is smoke, there is sure to be fire. That is all.
There's a lot in what he says.
Any ideas?
Yeah. Get Lou Heller.
I mean, any new ideas? I thought so. And you wonder why the boss has me run things.
All right, mastermind. You suggest a new idea.
Very well, Connors. Which phone? Right. Hello, Mr. Smith. No, not at all. Yes? What's that?
I just received a mysterious threat over the phone. A voice told me it would cost me $25,000 for putting a finger on Kruger. Yes, I thought I'd better report it to you at once.
When are you supposed to make the payoff? Oh. Well, in that case, you better keep me informed. Thanks.
Payoff? Payoff what, Lieutenant?
Smith says a gang is trying to make him pay off $25,000 for putting the finger on Kruger in his place. He swears he doesn't know anything about it. He's to receive instructions later as to where and how the money is to be paid.
Gosh, they sure are making it tough on him. And him trying to run his joint on the up and up.
I wonder.
Say, Lieutenant, do you suppose that this Frank Smith might be running...
You might have a pretty safe risk if you make a bet with Chuck on that fellow's innocence.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, who is it?
Open up.
Oh, it's you. Well, what do you want?
Lou Heller.
I had hopes that was him. I could use the cash he represents now.
I know an easier way to make some cash.
Yeah? How?
Frank wants a little job pulled at the club.
And?
You know, he trusts you, Charlie.
He does.
Frank wants the cops to think that the heat's been turned on the joint. You know, you used to be pretty good at opening up things.
All right, get to the point. What does he want done?
The side door of the joint will be left open tonight after it closes. There'll be enough money in the safe to make it worth your while.
Is this on the level?
Well, sure.
I'm warning you, Schultz. I've got a way of protecting myself if this is a double cross.
Oh, it's nothing like that, Charlie. You can take my word for it.
That's not enough, Schultz. I'll just protect myself, that's all.
By the way, Frank wants you to bring Lou Heller with you.
Oh, I'll do that. He's hiding right under that bed.
Here's something to light your tummy, Cousin Brenda.
Thank you, darling. 2 plates?
Huh? Oh, I just thought I'd join you in a little snack.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about your diet. Just a little snack, huh?
If that's the newspaper office, you're sick and you're staying here.
Give it to me, please. Hello? Yes, I'm alone.
Look, Miss Starr, I'll make a deal with you. That is providing you help me. The heat's been turned on me so bad I ain't got a chance.
Well, Mr. Heller, I'll do the best I can, but I don't know how the police will react to a proposition like that.
Oh, you can fix it with the cops. All I ask is an even break. You do that now.
Don't be a sucker, Lou. You can't make a deal with the cops. That milkman you conked just died.
Hello? Hello? Operator. Operator, I was disconnected. Will you reconnect me quickly?
What am I gonna do?
Relax, I got an idea. An old friend of yours, Frank Smith of the Pelican Club, wants me to do a job for him tonight.
Yeah?
I can only cut you in on a third. I gotta pay off the guy on the inside. But a door will be left open, and there'll be plenty of money in the safe to make it worth our while.
But the Pelican Club, that's dynamite.
I told you everything is fixed, didn't I? All right.
Bertha, get my office on the wire while I change my clothes.
Now, you're not going out.
Oh, Bertha, please don't argue with me.
Hello? No, Miss Brenda ain't come back to work yet. Oh, yes, Mr. Bertha.
It's pesky. Chuck is out.
Hello, Pesky. Now get this one straight, will you? Get in touch with Chuck and Lieutenant Farrell immediately. Something big's gonna break. Tell them to meet me at the alley entrance of the Pelican Club. Got it? And listen, if you ball this one up, I'm gonna make you eat a dozen hamburgers with chocolate syrup on them. Get me the Pelican Club right away.
Oh, but Brenda, you shouldn't. You're sick.
Pelican Club. Well, who's this?
Brenda Starr, reporter.
I'm sorry, Miss Starr. Mr. Smith's not in right now. Anything I can do for you? Want to leave a message?
Yes. Will you tell Mr. Smith that I just received a tip that his establishment is going to be robbed tonight? Yes. I don't know much more than that, but there will be 2 men.
Yes. Well, thank you, Miss Starr. Mr. Smith will be glad to hear this.
Brenda just said we're going to be robbed tonight.
What?
Didn't say how she knew, but there'd be 2 men.
2 men?
Want me to get a hold of Charlie before he goes any further?
No, let Charlie come as we expected him. 2 men, huh? I'm curious to find out who the rat will bring with him.
You know, I can figure Charlie telling her that.
Something new has been added, Schultz, to the double cross. However, because Charlie changed his plans,
We'll change ours. Yeah. We'll be ready for him.
Hello? Hello? Well, is this Harry's? Is Chuck Allen there? Well, look under some of the tables. This is his office. This is his editor speaking, and it's very important. Would you call him to the phone? Hello, Chuck? Yeah, this is Pesky. Well, Brenda called, and she wants you to meet her over at, well, now, wait a minute, I'll think of it. Over at, oh, I got it. She wants you to meet her over at her place as quick as you can. Something big's gonna happen. Yeah, that's right. Okay.
You sure you got that right, Pesky? You say Brenda wants me and the lieutenant to come right over to her apartment. What's that? Listen, cart before the horse, mind. I don't care what Brenda said. I always go wherever the lieutenant goes.
It's Lou Heller. Take it easy. I want him alive.
Not in the building, Frank. Must have made a clean getaway.
Let's get outside. We'll find him.
No, that's too dangerous. Lou Heller will have to be taken care of later. You two go in my secret office and wait for me. I'll phone the police.
Lou Heller! Just a minute, please. I want to talk to you.
Miss Starr.
I want to finish that conversation with you. We were cut off, remember? This is my car. Get in. I don't want you to be seen.
This ain't no trick, is it?
Of course it isn't. You wanted to give me your whole story so I could get you a break with the police, didn't you?
Yeah, it's too late, Miss Starr. Nobody can get me an easier break now. I got a murder rap hanging over me. That milkman I conked died.
Milkman?
Yeah, the one I hit to steal his outfit to make a getaway in.
Oh, no, he isn't dead. He went back to work yesterday. I wrote a human interest story on him. Get in, Lou, and I'll prove it to you. And, Lou, I'm not hiding you from the police either. As soon as you've given me your whole story, you'll have to come with me to Lieutenant Farrell and surrender, right?
Yes.
Get in.
All right, I'm coming. Oh, goodness, well, can't you stop pressing this button? Lieutenant Farrell, but Chuck, well, what are you doing here?
We had a telephone message from Brenda's office to come right over.
Me too.
Oh, goodness, this is terrible.
Well, where is Brenda? Didn't she phone us?
Yeah, speak up, brother. What's this all about?
Well, Brenda got a tip that the Pelican Club was being robbed tonight. And she left messages for you to meet her there.
Who'd she get that tip from?
A man named Lou Heller.
Lou Heller?
Quiet, Tim. Go ahead, Brother.
Well, all of a sudden he quit talking, but she could hear him talking to another man, and they were planning to rob the Pelican Club.
Did she talk to anyone else?
Yes, she called the Pelican Club and told them they were going to be robbed. Oh, please hurry, Lieutenant Farrell. Something dreadful will happen to Brenda.
If she called you, tell her to stay put. I'm on my way.
Hey, it's funny about these calls getting mixed up this way.
I'll bet you 10 to 1 Pesky mixed this all up.
Yeah, I never thought of that.
Well, it's a little too late for a doctor. Tim, take a good turn around the place. You know what to look for.
Yes, sir. There's no doubt they'll be around here somewhere.
And tell Chuck I want to see all the pictures he makes before they're published.
Yes, sir. Carl, you come with me.
Did you know him?
No, I can't say that I did. Oh, he's been in my place a number of times, but I don't even know what he did.
Well, he had a very peculiar profession. You say you were in working on your books when you heard the noise?
That's right. Schultz and I were in my private office. We came out here and ran into the 2 prowlers. They fired on us, and we returned the shots.
Could you identify the man who got away?
No, I don't believe I could.
Well, naturally, after the phone call you told me about, you were ready for something like this.
Well, we were ready for it, Lieutenant, but not liking it. As you know, I've always tried to run my place on the up and up.
Yes, I know all about that, Frank.
Thank you, Lieutenant.
Oh, by the way, did you get a call from Miss Starr tonight?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I did, but I didn't pay much attention to it.
Why didn't you phone me?
I did, but you were out.
Are you sure you haven't seen her around tonight?
No, but frankly, Lieutenant, I expected to find her here, knowing her habit of getting mixed up into all sorts of trouble.
Give me my case, stupid.
I'm only carrying out the lieutenant's orders.
You haven't got the brains of a baboon. Let go.
I got brains enough not to let you put anything over on me. Lieutenant, will you tell this camera hound that you gave me orders for him to show you all pictures before he prints any of them?
And, Lieutenant, will you tell this low IQ that I have to develop the negative before you or anybody else can see the pictures?
Oh, don't pull that fast one on me.
Give him the bag, Tim.
But, Lieutenant, ain't you going to look at him?
Listen, Timothy, I'll explain again. You can't see it now. Get it?
No.
You wouldn't. Some weekend when I haven't anything else to do, I'll draw you a diagram of how it works. Then you won't know what I mean.
I'd like to see those pictures myself. I might pay a pretty good price for any negative that I thought might ruin my business.
Well, no, I'm afraid I couldn't do that, Mr. Smith. You see, my editor has to run all the pictures I make, excepting those that Lieutenant Farrell might throw out.
Well, I suggest you get back to the office and develop those. We'll talk about them later.
Okay. Trying to get rid of me, huh?
That's putting it mildly.
And Chuck, check with me when you get back to the office. Let me know if Brenda's there.
Check. She'll probably have the whole story written up by this time, including the answer to this mystery. See you later.
Tim, post men at all the doorways. Don't let anybody in or out. Call the coroner.
Right away, Lieutenant.
Oh, Lieutenant, it just dawned on me that you got here in less than 2 minutes after I phoned in the report of the killing.
Well, the police department has very modern means of communication, Mr. Smith. You know, radio?
Yes, but not that modern. You didn't by any chance get a tip-off on the robbery, too, did you?
Some one of these days when you visit me in my office, I'll show you a little sign that reads, "We reserve the right to refuse to answer questions."
Where are we going?
Up to my office. We'll use the freight entrance. No one will be around at this hour of the night. Come on. Well, let's get right down to business. Oh, have a cigar on the boss?
That guy out there, think he recognized me?
Don't worry about him. He writes a column on gardening. He wouldn't know a crook if he saw one. Now, the first thing I want to know is the identity of the gang who's trying to get rid of you.
Not so fast, Miss Starr. First I want to know what you gonna do to help me.
So that's it. Look, Hella, don't be a fool. I can't do a thing to help you till I know all the facts and all the names.
Now that I know there ain't no murder rap hanging over me, I can make a deal with the cops by myself. That is, if they want to find that money.
I offered to help you, Hella. If you won't play it square...
Hold it. Okay. What do you want to know?
Who tried to kill you tonight?
I don't know. Honest, I don't. But I know one thing for sure. That Charlie double-crossed me.
Oh, that's it. I wondered why he brought you along.
He was going to deliver me COD. But he got it instead.
working kind of late, aren't you? How's the old tomato? I mean, how are all the tomatoes growing?
Come in, Chuck. Here's a man you'll really get a bonus for photographing.
Lou Heller. Or am I seeing things?
No, you're not. Lou's giving me his whole story before I turn him over to Larry. Hello? Speaking?
Now get this, Brenda. You're up to something, and I want to know what it is. Now don't give me that I don't know anything really stuff. Were you at the Pelican Club? I don't believe you. What are you doing now?
Why, I'm working on a story. Yes, that's the truth. What? What? Hey, wait a minute. Hello? Hello? We've got to get out of here.
Who was that?
Lieutenant Farrell.
Does he know I'm with you?
No, but he will any minute. He's on his way over.
Listen, lady, I ain't going any further with this deal until I get a promise from the police.
Lou, if the police get you now, you won't stand a chance.
That's right. Brenda's got a lot of influence with Farrell.
You stay here and stall Larry.
Oh, now, wait a minute, Brenda. I'm not that big a dope.
You do as I say. Come on.
Be reasonable, Brenda. Larry knows you're here. What am I going to tell him after he chokes me?
Tell him I had a cup of tea. Tell him anything you like. If Larry catches Lou now, our chances of scooping every other newspaper in town won't be worth a dime.
Where are you going now?
Home. Call me when everything's okay. Come on, Lou.
No, I get it, Schultz.
Hello. Who's this? Wait a minute. I don't know the voice, but he says you'll want to talk to him.
Yes? I'm speaking. Yeah, I get it. I'll drop around sometime. The big boss will sure appreciate this. Brenda Starr just left the newspaper office for her apartment. She has someone with her. Lou Heller.
Who was that that phoned?
Oh, you wouldn't know, Kruger. What are you waiting for?
Are those your orders, or do you have to get them from the big boss?
I know what he'd do under these circumstances, and so do you. Now get going.
Brenda Starr. What on earth will you be up to next?
I know, but I couldn't come through the lobby. I have a guest with me. Come on in, Lou. It's perfectly safe. He's simply dying for some of your homemade cooking.
That man?
It's all right. Mr. Heller and I have a lot of business to talk over with. Now, you be a good girl and get us some coffee and pie.
That I'll be glad to do. Anything to get out of this room.
Come on, we can talk here without being interrupted.
How about my deal with the cops?
Oh, don't worry about that. We'll get to that later. Now, you say you were tricked into performing with that phony mind reader, Zelda.
Yeah, I was supposed to get some of the reward money for helping to turn in the killer.
Give me the details.
It was Charlie's idea. They put this fancy outfit on me, then he and Zelda tried to teach me all of Zelda's tricks. Madam Zelda, I get a very strong impression here. It is not a good one.
You are right, Abdul. The impression is an evil one. I feel fear. Fear everywhere.
Tell me, madame, what do you feel?
Someone near you is thinking of murder.
Murder? Can you tell me, madame, if this man is thinking of a murder that has been committed? Concentrate, madame. Is he thinking of a past murder or...
He is thinking of a past murder.
Can you tell us anything more about this man? Can you tell us his thoughts?
If there is a police officer in the house, I would like to have him make himself known.
I'm Lieutenant Farrell of the police department. Now, everybody keep your seats and stay right where you are.
Well, you know what happened when the lights went out.
Who was this killer you were supposed to show up?
His name is Kruger. You know him. The mug that had us locked up in the cabin. He's the one that killed Zelda. And my brother Joe, too.
Who does he work for?
Maybe I'm telling you too much. I think I ought to save that little secret for a safe margin to deal with the cops. You know, just in case.
What is this, the third degree?
Maybe more degrees if you don't tell us where Brenda is.
I know she was here. Now, come on, open up.
We could take you down and lock you up.
Oh, no, you can't. I tell you, Brenda went out for some tea. Timothy, don't resort to brutality.
Here's a copy of the code numbers and letters.
Funny we can't figure out what this means. Say, Miss Starr, do you think Joe could have hid the money to that cabin we was in?
No, Joe wouldn't hide the money in such an obvious place.
My Aunt Ophelia used to hide hers in a cookie jar.
Listen to reason, Chuck. Brenda's playing with fire. Now, come on, tell us where she went.
Oh, well, all right, I'll tell you. She went to her apartment.
What do you know? He puts us through tortures and Brenda's home asleep in her nice little bed.
Do you realize we spent over an hour with you?
Well, to tell you the truth, Lieutenant, I didn't tell you everything. You see, she was with someone else. Lou Heller.
What?
That's the truth, Lieutenant.
Come on, Tim.
Lou, I'll help you get a break with the police if you can decipher that code.
If I had brains enough to figure this one out, lady, I wouldn't be in the spot I'm in now.
What is it?
Telegram from Miss Starr.
Push it under the door.
I'm sorry, lady, but you'll have to sign for it.
Open up! Open this door! That's Kruger, the man I was telling you about.
I know you're in there, Heller, and I'm giving you your last chance to come out.
Brenda, quick! Brenda, come back here! Don't go out that window!
Cops, beat it.
Operator! Operator! Get me the police, and please hurry.
Oh, Bertha, stop screaming.
What happened to that nice little man you took away with you, and who did that shooting?
Well, in the first place, he wasn't a nice little man. In the second place, the shooting was at him. And in the third place, they got him. Who is it?
It's me, Larry. Oh, gosh, Brenda. I thought you were done for.
Oh, then you're not angry with me?
No, I haven't had time to be yet.
Oh, I tried to call you. Really, I did, Larry. I got all I could out of Lou. It's a job for you now.
Oh, where is he?
He's on the roof.
What's he doing up there?
He's got a bullet in him.
A bullet? Tim, check on that.
Right.
Listen, little lady. If Lou Heller dies before we get a statement out of him, you're going to find yourself in a pretty tough spot.
Don't worry, honey. If they send you to jail, I'll bring you some nice things to eat.
Brenda Starr had a bad fall. And Lou Heller, he just had bad luck.
Well, the big boss will be glad to hear they're out of the way. He was kind of worried.
What's he got to be worried about? You're the only one that knows who he is.
It's the way he wants it, Kruger.
That's not the way we want it.
No? How do you want it?
We've been talking it over between us.
Oh, interesting. And what did you decide?
It's about time the big boss showed his hand.
He'll show his hand when he's ready. And not before.
Should I consider myself under arrest, Lieutenant?
Well, you ought to be. But Lou Heller is going to live and talk.
Oh. He gave me a lot of information.
Did he tell you where the payroll money is?
No, he didn't.
Did he tell you who these men are who are trying to kill him?
He told me who one of them is.
Oh, well, now we're starting to get somewhere. You tell me about it on the way downtown. We've got to cook up a very carefully worded story for the morning edition.
Bertha, you'd better cook dinner for two.
It's a good thing for you that newspaper girl got hers. She got a good look at you.
That's right. She saw me before, too. Here.
Yes, and she'll be seeing you again. Now get this. Lou Heller captured. Wounded man held by flash reporter. Police expect to get important information from him when he comes to.
You mean Brenda Starr and Lou Heller are alive? Well, what do we do?
Suppose you tell us. You were the one that was going to tell the boss where to head in. Schultz, are you sure the Star girl can identify you?
Yes. Then you're sure that the other man with Kruger last night is the assistant manager of the Pelican Club?
I'm positive. His name is Schultz.
That's right. I met him the night of the Zelda affair.
You don't seem very much surprised.
I'm not. Fits in with what I know and a lot I suspect.
You mean about the Pelican Club?
More things have been happening there than the law of averages allows.
Why, I've known Frank Smith for a long time. Always thought he ran a decent place.
Well, as far as we know, he does. There's always a chance that this fellow Schultz might be trying to put something over.
Chuck, why don't you try it this way?
Oh, that's upside down.
Well, I know, but what can you lose? Hey, I wonder what would happen if you read it this way. Remember, when you spell it backwards, it spells M-A-1411. Hey, you know, that kind of sounds like a telephone number.
Yeah, it does at that.
Let me see that. Husky, maybe for the first time in your young life, you've done the right thing in reverse. Hello. What place is this? The Union Station parcel check room? Well, look, this is Lieutenant Farrell of the police department speaking. Would the letter L followed by 1, 2, 3 mean anything to you? Could mean locker 123. Well, look, open it up and see what's in it. No, that's all right. Go ahead. No, I'll be responsible. Lunchbox. Open it. No, that's okay. Well, what's in it? Lettuce. Oh, that kind of lettuce. And big bills, too, huh? Well, hold it for me. I'll be right down. Yeah, thanks. There's the missing payroll, thanks to Pesky.
May I go with you?
No.
Oh, please, Larry.
Mr. Walters?
You'll remain here, Miss Starr. I'm sure Lieutenant Farrell will find working alone a welcome change.
Bye-bye.
Shoot!
Okay, thanks. All right, boys, here it is. I just got a tip that the payroll money's in the lunchbox. Checked at the Union Station. Locker 123. If you hurry, you can just beat the cops to it. Come on. Kruger, you cover Schultz. But don't be seen together.
Mr. Walters is going to can us? Sure, he said not to go out.
He said we weren't to go with Larry, and we're not.
Then where?
We're going where the blow-off will be.
Did you say blow off or blow up?
Yes, sir?
I'd like to have a package in locker 123, please.
Where's your claim check?
Right here. Get it quick.
Yes, sir.
to be happening someplace else. We're just wasting time here.
Well, we'll wait and see.
Okay. Did he have a claim check?
No, sir.
Well, what'd you give it to him for?
He pointed a gun at me.
How long ago was he here?
Oh, about 20, 30 minutes.
What did he look like?
Well, sir, he was kind of heavy set, about 5'11" and weighed about 190, 200 pounds.
Are you sure about that description?
Yes, sir. And he tore the check off the bag and walked away with it.
Okay, thanks.
Chuck, wake up, wake up.
Huh? What's the matter?
Do you suppose that man has the money wrapped up in that paper?
Well, how should I know?
Well, I'm going to find out.
Oh, I got a hunch we shouldn't.
Okay, you stay here. I'm going.
Good work, boys. $250,000.
Let's put it 3 ways and get out of here.
Say, what's a third of a quarter?
12.
Well, how much is that?
Now, look, the boss told me to report to him when we had it. He's got to get his cut, you know.
Wait a minute. We took a lot more chances to get it than he did.
Give him half of your third.
We'll do what he says.
Wonder where they went.
Well, I don't know, but they certainly came in here.
Yeah, they just couldn't evaporate.
Hello, boss. Frank speaking. Yeah, we got the payroll dough. What'll we do with it?
Bring it to me, Frank, at the place I told you we would meet if necessary. Have the boys cover you from another car. Start right now.
Very well.
Hey, wait a minute. Sounds like a swell chance for you to ditch us and get away with all that money.
Yeah, and it don't sound right to me either. Democrat.
What do you make of it, Chuck?
I can't figure it out. Swanky looking joint, all right. Don't care how they burn electricity either.
Come in, won't you?
If you don't mind, I'll just wait outside here.
Get in here. Too bad you had to get here just as we were leaving.
Cut out the smart talk. Let's finish him and get out of here.
My friend Kruger is a great believer in direct action. It's a lucky thing for me I didn't underestimate your ability, Miss Starr. It's a shame that your greatest story will never appear in print.
Come on. What are we going to do with him?
Leave him here, of course.
Hold it, you!
Schultz, get out in the office and see who it is. Stall him off.
Turn him over to one of the boys, Tim.
All right, get over there. Both of you. And keep quiet.
Good morning, Lieutenant. What can I do for you?
Is Frank in?
No, he isn't. He won't be in till about 6 o'clock tonight. You see, he had a lot of outside business to attend to today.
Well, it doesn't matter. I just want to talk to him. I guess it'll wait.
Tell him I'll see him later. I'll do that, Lieutenant. So long. Goodbye.
I'll be right back, Kruger.
I thought that little act would bring you out, Frank. Nice shooting, Tim.
Yeah, but I thought
Don't believe everything you hear. Don't blame Schultz. He had to play ball. Bring him on here, Chuck.
Here's a souvenir for you.
Thanks. was smart of you to drop that bag where I'd find it, Brenda. Gave me the right angle on this setup.
The payroll money's in there.
What have you got to say, Frank?
I'll talk only to my lawyer.
Well, that's your privilege. Take those two outside, Tim.
Hold them out there, Tim. I want to get a picture.
What's on your mind?
If I tell you about the big boss, what's in it for me?
Well, that's up to the district attorney. If your talk is worth anything, I'll put in a good word for you.
Come inside.
Look at all that lettuce.
Pesky deserves some of this for figuring out that code.
You know, why couldn't I have figured out that code?
Because it was too simple.
Oh, we were all trying too hard, Chuck.
Now, what is this about that big boss?
Well, nobody knew who he was but Frank, and he never told us. He always talked to him on the radio here.
Let's see it.
You push this button.
Bring it to me, Frank. At the place I told you we'd meet if necessary. Have the boys cover you from another angle. Start right now.
Well, that's the same thing he said before.
Are you sure about that?
I'm positive.
Step aside. Here's your big boss.
What?
Just a coil of magnetized wire that'll record and play back the human voice.
Oh, don't give me that stuff. That's impossible.
Oh, no, it isn't. You ought to read the Daily Flash. We had a special article about it in the Sunday Supplement about a month ago.
See, that's probably where Frank got the idea.
But Frank asked the questions, and the boss answered him. Now, how do you figure that?
That's easy. Frank knew both the questions and the answers because he did it all himself.
And Frank was the big boss all the time.
That's right. He tried to make you think there was a big shot somewhere to keep you boys in line.
Why, that...
Save it for the DA.
I'll do plenty of talking. I got a lot to say, too.
Good. And you can start right now by telling me where you got the tip-off that the money was at the Union Station.
Frank got it from the Daily Flash office.
From my office?
That's right.
Oh, it looks like this isn't quite finished yet. Take care of the money, Brenda. Let's go.
Go away.
Well, you're just in time, Lieutenant Farrell. Go ahead, Pesky.
And so when I heard this guy call a fella by the name of Frank about the payroll money, I just went out and got a cop and had him pinched. Nothing to it.
Good work, Pesky. Where did you get this man, Mr. Walters?
He's a new man, but he came highly recommended.
By whom?
Frank Smith.
Uh-huh. Take him in, Andy. Well, we got the payroll money and the men who stole it. Thanks to Miss Starr.
Well, Brenda, I think this calls for a bonus.
Thank you, darling.
Speaking of bonuses, there's one for you, Pesky.
Well, gee, thanks, Mr. Walters. Chuck, this is what a bonus slip looks like when it isn't torn up and when it's signed.
Pesky old pal, did you ever shoot craps?
I don't think so.
Well, I have here what is known as 2 square bones. Now, if you step out into the hallway, I'll show you how to play a game that you'll never forget.
Really?
It's the most interesting thing, and I know you're going to be...
Thanks for the boost, Larry.
Why not? You deserve it.
Hello? Oh, just a moment. It's for you.
Thanks. Lieutenant Farrell speaking. Well, keep the place covered until I get there. And don't start shooting. We want them alive.
What is it, Larry?
I'll see you later.
I'm going with you.
Oh, no, you're not.
Miss Starr, there's a deadline to meet, and you have a story to write.
Yes, Mr. Walters.
That's for being a good girl.